Yo, what's up, everyone? This is episode 69.
69.
69 of the Blurred Podcast.
Yeah.
Are we doing it? Are we
Yeah.
We're
We waited
up?
69 episodes to do that.
Nice.
Of the Blurred Podcast. As always, we have Green Tuner.
ICUN.
I don't know how to take that, but okay.
Just take it.
I don't know if I want to know. Creepcast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? And Ed, so I'll let you know. I see you.
I'm so confused right now and concerned at the same time. And we have Dark Side.
Woo!
Oh, dear.
I'm back, baby.
It's Sanic, baby.
Ed,
He
Ed.
went full Navi.
Yeah.
Ed, I see you too. I see you too. But I don't see you like they do. I see you like my little daughter, my little adorable youngest daughter that I have to take care of.
That's
Was that a girl or a boy?
That was Ed.
No, I'm saying in the movie.
What?
Which one?
Oh, I think that's
Avatar.
yeah.
There was only two
Because I was
girls.
confused with the whole thing. I didn't know if it was a
I
boy or
don't
a girl,
know
the
what
youngest.
I don't know what he or she was. I just called it little Ed.
They.
at the end.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Son of a bitch.
There's two.
It.
There's
There's
one.
two girls.
Yeah, there's one biological sister.
There's
And
the
there's-
youngest, the
yeah, the
littlest,
youngest, yeah.
smallest
The littlest one.
is little Ed.
It is
Yeah,
not
right.
me.
Oh, yeah,
If
that's
anything,
definitely-
I am.
I was
the-
very conscious and very protective of little Ed. Every time little Ed got into trouble,
Mm.
I was like, "Oh man, that precocious little Ed."
I had
So
the same
cute.
thing.
It's
I
very
was like,
false.
damn, like I saw all of us in Avatar, and then I saw like the weakest, smallest, youngest one being Ed. I was like,
Dark
whoa.
Side.
I was like, that definitely
sorry,
gives me, that's giving me Ed vibes.
I was definitely the father.
To be
Yeah.
honest, Ed reminded me more of the little penguin creatures you would ride around under the ocean. Those are the ones that everyone used as like horses.
Horses,
the mounts.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
mounts.
the
I've
mounts,
always seen
yeah,
that as a
right,
mount.
Anyways, and
No.
myself. the
He has
Ed
a dread, so he
Underground.
can grab onto it
Hold
really
on.
tight.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
that's true.
Hold on.
You can perform.
Yeah, wait,
Hold on.
Ed
Hello.
hasn't.
I'm
Ed,
talking.
guys,
I'm talking.
Ed hasn't introduced himself yet.
I introduced
All
myself.
right.
Yeah.
So let me reintroduce myself.
Mm.
The Ed Underground,
Mm.
Baby.
Hey,
see
man of
you
many
guys
names and
doing?
reputations.
Oh, I'm
Child,
yeah.
mount.
No, number one, zero, the hype man, the one, the only one, Neo Black.
Mhm. Hey, you.
Neo Black. What is that supposed to mean?
Because I'm
Hey,
Neo
you.
and I'm black.
Hey, you.
It's the hey, I know you from somewhere. You look familiar.
God no.
Yeah, that's you. Like
I ran into one of those guys before too. No,
yeah. You're not just one of those hey you guys.
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
So how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing well?
We're
Good.
doing all right. I'm doing good. You know, we're in the middle of winter, the end of the world. Apocalypse is approaching.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
yeah.
Tomorrow, the apocalypse is approaching, and people are losing their minds.
How many inches are you guys supposed to get
I
of
don't-
snow?
Well, I have to
Like
lay
a-
down in the backyard.
Like a
and
girthy 10 inches or like a measly 4 inches? or something?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a girthy, probably 10 to 12 inches.
12
you guys-
inches.
yeah, that you guys are gonna get.
Just rock hard black snow.
like, your
I'll
car,
just-
like your house gets pregnant all of a sudden, like wow.
Yeah.
and then the snow just disappears, and you'd be like, where'd
Snow
it go?
is satisfying.
Yeah. So Ed, well, you said you were going to be laying down. Why would you be laying down?
I'll just lay down in the backyard and just measure how much the snow will fall. So here's going to be like a good 8 to 10 inches. So
Oh, because you're gonna take it. You're gonna take the snow.
yes, no,
It's
I'm
just
gonna.
gonna
He
lay
lays
down.
I'm gonna
throw
give
his
this
ass
snow.
up in the air, and then
Ass
he has like
up.
a little,
All right.
a little
I'm gonna give it
measuring
to the
one
snow.
inside his
And you kind of
asshole.
walked into that.
Right,
You kind of walked into that one.
I'm gonna
not
give it to
gonna
the
lie.
snow.
You're gonna give it to the snow.
I like how how we're asking how girthy it's gonna be the snow as a natural measuring device. He'll let us know. He'll let us know.
He checks to see how dilated he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes no sense at all.
no, it makes a lot of sense. But the thing is that you kind of walked into that talking about I'm just gonna lay down and measure it myself.
Yeah.
Like,
Measure the snow.
but we
Sure.
got to it talking about how girthy the snow is gonna be, and you're like, I'm just gonna lay down and measure it myself.
Measure the snow. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you gotta lay on
To
your
each his
stomach.
own. To each his own.
Do what you gotta
Each
do,
his
man. But yeah, you guys are supposed to get a pretty crazy snowstorm. So
Yeah, it says 2 to 5
Yeah.
inches.
2 to 5 inches. Okay, that's you don't
It's
need
not
to.
bad.
Yeah, you don't need to take
yeah,
any
no,
pancakes
I'm
for
in
It's
that.
not
the
the worst we've seen.
Yeah.
I'm in the retail game, as you all know, and there's some kind of festive holiday approaching. So that already makes people slightly
Oh,
bitchy and hectic. And then when there's like an approaching storm and the media basically overblows it a lot,
Yeah.
people panic like they have to store
Hurry
up. And there's literally 2 items that I was like observing everyone
Hold on,
packing into
hold
their
on, hold on.
carts.
Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah. go ahead.
Interesting. Toilet paper.
No.
Water.
There's 2 items.
Water. Bottled water.
No, you guys are all like, I mean, these are all top 10. You're there, but it's not the 2 I've saw every damn person
Salt.
have.
Salt.
Yeah,
salt.
salt's 1.
Okay. Salt.
Okay.
And the other one?
Got it.
Yeah.
Shovels.
Shovels.
Dog
No.
food. Or animal
No.
food.
No.
Cereal.
No.
Blankets. Milk.
Condoms.
No.
Okay, let me ask.
Ben Gay.
Is it a household item?
It can be, I guess.
Is it something that
Oh.
you eat?
No, it's the psychosis of people. They get salt and they got one other item.
The liquid thing for your car.
No,
Antifreeze?
I mean these are all
The-
sensible. You
the
guys are all
ice.
sensible.
We're being sensible.
Booze,
Yeah, right.
booze. The answer is booze.
Seriously?
Oh.
People were
Booze?
packing.
Really?
Oh my god, it's like the end. Salt and booze. And yeah, you guys are sensible. Automotive solution. People are going water. Yes, these are sensible things that, like a roast. Because it's cold. People
Sure.
make roast. These are all sensible, but
But we don't live in a
top 2,
sensible
every
world.
person, even if like it's like every person, just is some form of booze and some form of salt.
That's
I'm
crazy.
surprised.
When I get hammered.
No,
where
that's
the
how people react.
snowstorms
It
are.
is not. It is. That's how people react. They think they got to hunker down.
That's
On
really weird
booze.
because I'm thinking like, I mean, like here, anytime we have a snowstorm. Now, granted, where I live at, if we get an inch of snow, that
Yeah.
is like pretty much the whole state shuts down. And with like any type of snowstorm, we get like everything sold out, especially water is sold out, toilet paper is sold out. No matter any type of storm that happens. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, and even then, that's crazy to me because I'm like, why is water? I can kind of understand water selling out, but we don't have the same problems like how Texas does, right? When they get a freeze, like their pipes can literally freeze, then they have no water. We don't have that
Yeah.
problem here. So
Yeah.
I just wonder like why people want to get water, but I mean, neither here nor there. But
No,
in toilet paper,
water's sensible. Yeah, water, toilet paper. These are all. Yeah, they had them all. These were top 10 items. But
Right.
like, if consistent across the board, some form of alcohol to get you messed up,
yeah.
and salt. And I was like, oh, this is weird. Like I was like counting them off.
You know, the problem is because people have to spend time at home with their
Yes.
family, and they don't. They're like, "Hey, I want to get past like being stuck in the house with people that I love and live with." You know, I need to get fucked up. So,
And these are the smart people. You got to understand. This storm is going to hit us tomorrow at noon. So the last minute panicky people are going to just basically run in and grab like rum chata or like schnapps or whatever's available. The smart people have already grabbed their choice of whiskey and like salt. So everyone's in hunker down mode, and basically sometime before noon, everyone's going to leave work tomorrow and just get home.
If they go to work tomorrow.
If they go to work, tomorrow.
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
What time does it
Everyone,
start?
Noon.
Noon.
Supposedly
Yeah,
noon. Oh,
noon.
yeah, everybody's. Yeah, I remember when I lived out there. Yeah, you would leave work when it was supposed to start, so that by the time you got home, the roads
Yeah.
weren't. You weren't stuck.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're crazy. So,
Yeah.
that's the crazy thing about now. Like, since I work from home, like
Mhm.
I can't use that excuse anymore of like, hey,
I'm snowed in.
I'm snowed in,
Yeah.
guys.
Yes, you can. Why can't you?
Well, it was funny. One guy actually did that. We were having a meeting with a client, and the
Put up the
guy,
green screen of him driving. Like, man, it's so crazy.
it was funny because like he did he was like, hey guys, it's really cold in my place. The first day he's like, it's really cold in my place and I don't have any air conditioning, no heat in my house. So the first meeting he did the first day, he had no heat in his house, and we were like, so what'd you do? He was like, yeah, I just bundled up in my house and conducted the meeting. Like this is, and he lives like in Wyoming and so forth, so it's stupid cold. The second day he was like, hey guys, I'm not gonna lie, I lost my internet, it's so cold here, the internet got knocked out, so I can't join the meeting. We're like, really? Like, really? He was like, yeah guys, I can't do it, my internet's out, sorry.
How was he able to contact you?
Through text message. So he was able to text other people. But
Different methods.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, just because the internet's out, I mean, the phone service was still working. So but yeah, no, that's crazy. Like, I can't use that excuse anymore. Like, hey guys, oh my god, 6 inches of snow, I guess I can't go to work today, guys. It's too much snow between my office and my bed. It's crazy. But yeah, it sucks for you guys having to do that, because none of you guys work from home, dude. Yeah, none of you work from home, right?
No.
I mean, I have the choice to.
No,
it's just
we
that
don't.
my computer sucks compared to.
Yeah. And none of us are going to be complaining about staying up late to do podcasts or.
Hey, you know what? I have to go to bed. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I have to go to bed.
Of course. Yeah,
and plus, I'm an hour ahead of you guys. So at the end of the day, it's like, it sucks because you guys want to podcast until like 2 o'clock in the morning, your time. And then I'm pretty much have to get up and, start work.
Well,
I'm always ready to wrap it up.
You are.
Yeah, let's wrap it up right now. How about that?
All right, this has been episode 69 of the Blur Podcast. You can catch us on. I mean, yeah, we could do that, but we're not, because we have an obligation to our fans out there, all 2 of them.
Yeah.
So
the fan,
200.
The fan, exactly.
The fan.
Yeah. So. All right, so we're all doing good, other than the fact that you guys are getting snowed in. So I mean, that kind of sucks, but you guys will.
How are you guys doing with your Christmas shopping? Are you guys got everything?
Did you do pretty much done.
Nah, I don't do Christmas shopping.
We're kind of low key.
No, I wish I didn't have to do Christmas shopping.
Well, I mean, is it because is it like your wife like makes you Christmas shop, or like your family, or
pretty much. Yeah. No, because look, like I even told my wife, I wish, which makes the most sense, is we should just buy gifts for the children in the family,
exactly,
and your significant other, and that's it. I don't want to buy for my brother-in-law. I don't want to buy for anyone else.
Yes,
but unfortunately, my wife, she wants to do it. So
yeah, that's kind of. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of stupid getting it for other adults.
Yes,
I just get it for the kids, and the gifts that we get the kids is just gift cards. Like we'll send them Amazon. Either we'll order the actual physical gift card and give it out, or we'll just email the codes to their parents and be like, "Hey, give your kids this." I don't want to see a new knife set in your fucking kitchen next time I come visit you. Or they're like, oh man, look at all these new drapes we got. That's so awesome. Hey, Merry Christmas. Thanks, kids. Like, I hope that doesn't happen. But now that the kids are older and these kids are really tech savvy, we just email them their own gift cards. So
nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all we do. We just give the kids gift cards, and this is for all my nieces and nephews, ranging from adults to little kids. Just give them gift cards. Every kid, depending on the age range, gets more money.
No one's gonna complain.
No one's complaining. They get their own fucking gifts. I'm not doing this shit. Fuck that. So
you ain't got time for that.
Yeah, I ain't got time.
You got to commute. You got to get to work.
Exactly. Like the commute is crazy. I'm tired of fucking having to drive. You know, 2 hours a day between my office and my bed. Like it's crazy. So yeah, screw that. It's fucking kids. Yeah, so that's how my Christmas shopping is going. But I don't think this year I'm getting the kids anything. I'm just like, yeah, I'll see y'all next year.
Yeah.
Bah humbug.
Yeah, bah humbug this year. I'm not really pressed about it this year. I don't know why. Maybe because it doesn't really feel like Christmas.
What does Christmas feel like?
I don't know. Like this year just seems like an off year for me. Like this isn't like, I think because last year, like this time I had my family was down here, my wife's family was at our house, so everybody was here. Like this year, just kind of like
just you two.
Yeah, just us two. Like we're not going to see nobody, even though like her brother literally lives 5 minutes away. We are not going to visit them. We're not going to do anything. We're literally just probably going to, I think my wife is going to probably make a quick little dinner for us and keep it pushing. and that's it.
I think that's exactly what we're doing as well, which is beautiful.
We're the only family you need, honestly. Right here, the Blurred Podcast.
That's probably why. That's probably why I have a huge thing of whiskey right here. Because you guys, I'm not gonna lie, you guys push me to drink, especially with our group chat.
Creamcast is just going to get shit faced and then start salting his driveway while he's drunk.
Yeah, like I literally have a bottle right here, you know, of the hard stuff right by my desk. So yes, I'm gonna drink a whole bunch of whiskey, have shorts and a t-shirt on, shoveling snow, and just yelling obscenities at kids as they drive by or they walk by at my house. So yeah, I'm definitely in the Bah Humbug spirit.
Yeah, that's why that happens.
Yeah. What about you? Where's your Christmas gifts?
Yeah, where is it, bitch?
Yeah,
where is it?
Yeah, what'd you get gifts? Yeah, where you getting us, man?
You guys?
Yeah,
I did anything with you guys. all of us on my family side are pretty much older now, so we're not like. I mean, we'll spend time together on Christmas. We'll play games and stuff. What's up?
Ed, look, it's okay. You don't have to give me a gift. All that I ask for is for your sister's phone number.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Nice.
Well, guys, I'm getting you guys like.
And even if you did have my sister's phone number, I'm sure you have to deal with my sister's boyfriend. So.
Oh, look, I'm sure he'll kick my ass, but you gotta take your shot while you can.
Yeah, I mean, he might get his ass kicked, but he's saying like the treasure is definitely worth it. He's
my goodness.
He wants that sweet apple pie.
Nothing.
You know. Well, Ed, I do look forward to coming to your house. When you see me walk out of your mom's room,
not gonna happen.
In our matching pajamas,
not gonna happen.
And I'm sipping hot cocoa.
Monogram too.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. That's what's gonna happen with them.
I'm gonna be sitting. We're gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna have my legs crossed, sipping on the hot cocoa, and open up the presents like Santa did really well. Huh?
And you'll be real happy. Yeah. I got you a gift card to Build-A-Bear again.
Yep.
Exactly. Some things will never ever happen.
I think they have Sonic Build-A-Bears now, so you'll be.
Yeah, there you go. It'll all be happy.
Happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so happy. Me and Ed's mom, she'll be sitting on my lap. We'll just be looking like, "Merry Christmas, Ed." He's like, "Oh man, that's awesome." Giving the Build-A-Bear with the hole cut out in the bottom. And just, be like, hey, man, we just thought about you.
Put a flashlight in there, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
What in the world?
Who says we don't have enough to talk about? We 20 minutes of ripping on Ed, basically. It's gold.
But the thing is, so the
haters gonna hate.
So it's funny. I was hanging out with my in-laws this weekend, and we were talking about the podcast, and we were talking about Ed, and they were talking. We were talking about Ed, and they were talking about like, hey, Ed. Like, Eric, do you what do you guys talk about? And my wife quickly said, Eric likes to talk about Ed's mom. And so my brother-in-law was like, what? They're like, why? Like, he's just confused. Like, I'm like, my wife's like, yeah, that's the one pass Eric has in life. If he was ever going to cheat on me, it would be Ed's mom.
Oh, dear God.
Eric's been in love with Ed's mom since he can remember, and I'm like, yes, it's a love story for the ages. Move over, Romeo and Juliet. There's Eric and I'm not gonna say Ed's mom's name, but
it's a fantasy that will never happen. Very fiction.
And my wife was like, I'm not gonna stop true love from occurring. And I'm not gonna lie, everybody, because we're at a restaurant where we're talking about this, everybody in the restaurant just stood up and started applauding us. Like, oh my God, people were crying. Women were like, yo, Eric, you're so sweet. Like, I want true love to happen for you, and so forth. So
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful love story that's being written here. So,
never gonna happen.
A tale as old as time.
Yeah, it really is.
And it sounds like it'll be in a book of fiction somewhere.
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying to turn this into nonfiction. Ed. I'm trying to make this into real life. I'm trying to make this into a memoir.
It's like The Secret,
Oh dear God!
Not
Put
a
it out
secret.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, our love will be known to the world. So
It will. It
There you
will
go.
happen.
Yeah.
It will come to pass.
Oh dear God!
So
There's a dream board out there.
yeah,
And
right.
Wow.
Right. It
Just gotta
literally is.
pan the camera.
It's just a shrine dedicated
Yeah,
to
you don't want to
Mama
see it. It's actually
Underground.
not appropriate
Yeah.
for Twitch, but it's there.
Yeah, Mom Underground. She man, she's been the love of my life for a very long time. And then, you know, and the thing is, you know, it's real.
Mom Underground.
Yeah, Mama Underground. Well, guess what Green Turner said? I like it. So Mama Underground. But no,
Unless you'd like us to use real name, then
No, I'm just.
Yeah.
it's just-
I say it in my sleep, so I mean it might just slip out by mistake. But yeah, no, it's funny. Just I do have a love for the Ed Underground and you guys, and specifically Ed's mom. So, but yeah, so we always, when it comes to like talking about us and what we, you know, going on, I'm always interested to hear what you guys are going through. So, you know, I don't think that's time wasted and so forth. I think like, you know, hey, this is our time to tell the world, you know, what we do, and we're just normal guys and whatnot. So
that's
good
true.
Good
We
stuff.
all put our shoes 1 foot at a time.
Ed usually puts your shoes on
One
first,
at
then
a
his pants.
time.
But you know,
Wait, what?
I said you usually put your
did
shoes on
anyone-
first and then your pants.
Did anyone watch the World Cup?
Pants.
I did not.
Yes.
But
No.
I did
No.
see all the hate that was going on. I think I actually posted some memes to you guys about some of the hate
Did you?
I was seeing for Argentina.
Yeah.
I didn't see any.
You didn't see any?
I was a very happy viewer.
Ugh.
Very happy viewer.
So
Ugh.
Argentina won.
Yes,
Argentina
Argentina
won in the
won.
most
their
I'm
third
not
World
a-
Cup.
Dramatic. Yeah, so the World Cup was a very dramatic, I would say the most exciting game of like
It was like a
professional
movie.
football. It was a movie. The
Yeah.
twists and turns, exactly. It was a movie. If you had to write
It
a
was a
dramatic movie,
Yeah.
it would be the events that you saw on this. It went
It was
into it went into
2-0
overtime.
at
It went into
first.
penalties.
Then it was 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
France was able to set
2-2.
up, went into overtime, and then the most dramatic of all, shootouts, which was the
penalty
penalties.
shoot. It is
It was
very
insane.
high, intense
High
drama,
octane intensity,
High
high
Yeah.
intensity,
Yes.
high
High-
egos,
high octane.
legacies
Yes.
on the line, the people crying, comebacks. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Mm.
And I'm happy that those frog sucking French.
Here we go.
Mm.
The
Apologies
words
to our
spoken
French
today are not
Look,
the words
listeners.
represented by
No.
Brown.
Yeah,
Listen.
well, no, it's from me.
uh,
It's from me, Sonic.
Sonic.
Listen,
All right.
Darkseid,
You gotta go fast.
Yeah, the hedgehog. If you
the
need
new,
any hate.
the new Yay lover.
Yeah.
I know you love your semi-Nazi engineered players, but
Who's that?
What? I thought that was Argentina.
Argentina.
Oh,
yeah.
wait,
are they?
yeah.
He
Well,
said the frog suckers, which are the French.
Oh, he
The
said the
French,
frog suckers. Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot that
yeah,
he said
yeah.
that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't
Um,
like those frogs.
Look, as much as I dislike the not the people, but the team, the Argentinian soccer team, I dislike them. It was nice to see Messi finally
Messi,
consolidating his work of
Legacy.
his lifetime
Yeah.
and his legacy to finally be able to get a World
World
Cup.
Cup, yeah.
But
I
aside
mean,
from that, I was really rooting for France.
you don't want
I
to
was
be
desperately rooting for France.
you don't
All right,
want to be
there's
one of the
some
best
kind
players
of-
in the world without a World Cup. It's kind of like you're incomplete. And you know, playing soccer,
You
you
are.
have a finite. You can't play this for the rest of your life. So I mean, it's not like you can play like chess. You can play for your whole life.
No,
so
you
forth.
imagine you have a window of when you're in your prime, and the World Cup happens every 4 years. So you
Yeah.
only have like once or twice is your opportunity to get that. And if you're the best player in the world and you miss it twice, then let's say you never get that opportunity again.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
most players only get 2 World Cups. And when I say most, I mean the top players. Because
Yeah.
out of all the players in the world, each country only has like 32 spots or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's ridiculously unlikely that anyone will make it to the World Cup
Exactly.
and win.
Yeah, I mean, you got check your league. I mean, it depends on what league you're in. Very competitive stuff. So, it's kind of. I mean, I'm happy that Messi won for sure. Talking about the memes though,
Yes.
some of them were hilarious.
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys remember the meme I sent you of
Yeah, where
it said
the
all the
French
Polish all the French and Polish players were looking in the
Looking at
eyes
the eyes.
of the Argentinian players, and they saw looking for any blue eyes. Looking for that German engineering that's going on over there after the World War II. I don't know.
Same thing with Uruguay. Also had a lot of ex-Nazis. So if you look at the Uruguayan team, you'll see like blonde, blue-eyed guys.
Brazil have a lot of.
Brazil, but Brazil has more of a mix. Like if you ever look at the Brazilian soccer team, it's the rainbow of colors. But whenever you see like Argentina and Uruguay, it's a lot of blonde hair, blonde, light-skinned people. So
so they're just looking for the blue-eyed people and saying like, isn't that funny that you're in Argentina with blue eyes? That's kind of crazy.
Well, I would feel the same way for those crowd suckers.
Wait, what?
That's better. That's better.
German crowd suckers? Yeah, I guess I could call them.
Oh, I mean, they were knocked out.
I would say I would feel the same way about those crowd suckers.
Wow.
What?
Oh, yeah. Look, if Germany was in the final, I wouldn't want Germany to win.
I wouldn't want Germany. I'm sick of Germany. I'm sick of the Netherlands. I'm sick of France.
No, you can't be sick of Netherlands. Is the one team that always comes close and never makes it.
Didn't they make it? Oh, okay.
They've never won a single World Cup, and they've made the most appearances in the
finals. That's why
last year they got close.
That's why I'm sick of them.
Last year I thought they got last World Cup. I thought they got close though.
I think it was one before that.
But they never make it. They never won a World Cup.
All right. I'll cut Netherlands some slack, but Germany and France can suck it.
That's funny. I told my dad that you guys were rooting for Germany to lose. my mom, because my family was pretty much glued to the TV for the whole.
You did tell me that.
World Cup.
You did.
They were. I mean, my mom was crying, laughing because my dad is German, so he. Of course, he's voting. He's rooting for Germany to win. And my mom was. I told her this by my on speakerphone with my dad right there, and I guess my dad made a very stank ass face. I was like, yeah. I was like, my friends are rooting for Germany to lose, and you guys kind of ruined his day, but it made my mother's day so much. She was laughing her ass off.
Good. That was nice.
It was definitely worth it.
No.
And then
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, and then the one cool thing about this World Cup was all the upsets.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen a World Cup where it actually felt new, aside from the finish, because again, Argentina and France, it's even though they're top of the world, so it wasn't like a crazy end to the World Cup.
These are two
but
world-class teams.
But the fact that you had Japan and you had
Morocco.
Morocco. And you had all these teams that usually don't make it past or very long, was really cool to see, especially Morocco, man.
Yeah.
I was really, really, really rooting for them. That was my team that I really wanted to win.
Same.
Not personally, but just to at least see something new in the world stage. So
I mean, they made it very far,
extremely far.
Yeah.
So
it was very entertaining. Great finale. I mean, I think the commentators were joking because soccer in America is seen as boring to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So the commentators, I love
dark sides. Soccer is something that was invented to keep women busy while the men were at work.
Wait, what?
No king of the no fans of King of the Hill.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I didn't get that.
I don't remember that.
I was actually, what's funny? YouTube was throwing me the Simpsons episode where they hosted Portugal versus Mexico. Do you remember that? Man, that's such a good episode. And yes. There's a riot that breaks out. No, it's Arriaga and Arriaga 2. Arriaga 2.
And Pizzozza. So stupid.
I mean, I'm not.
Sorry, go ahead, Dark Side. No, it's just there's a King of the Hill episode where Hank says why he hates soccer, and it's dumb. All right, go ahead, Dark Side. What were you saying?
I don't remember what I was saying.
Oh, shit,
something about the World Cup. It's very exciting, very good. A great moment to witness if you watched it live. Man, it was glued to the seat.
Yeah, that final was fucking a nail biter.
Insane.
Yeah, it was insane.
Sad we'll have to wait 4 more years, but the next World Cup, baby, is right here on our own soil.
Is it in USOA?
Yeah, it's hosted. It's going to be 3 countries hosting: Canada, us, and Mexico.
Really?
Oh wow!
Yeah. I mean, it's completely one-sided. It's like we have 11 venues. Canada has 2. Mexico has 3. So most of the games are going to be played in the United States. We have the most like FIFA approved stadiums.
I'm looking at it right now. So United States.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be.
That's what they mean by FIFA approved.
So the list of places is going to be for the United States. It's going to be New York, Jersey, Philly, Boston, Atlanta, Miami, Houston, Dallas, Kansas City, Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. And Canada is going to be in Vancouver.
Yeah, we didn't get it.
Vancouver, no Chicago.
No.
Yeah, I thought.
And I hear you. We have the population. Yeah, but the thing is, Soldier Field's nothing in comparison to SoFi Stadium or AT&T. Like, I mean, Stadium in Dallas. I mean, these are like SoFi. Just look up SoFi or you know what, the Las Vegas, the one they built for the Raiders, is so insanely beautiful. I'm surprised that's not on there. But yes, no. Here's the problem with Chicago. Soldier Field sucks. All right, that's why they want to move the Bears. The venue does not have enough capacity, and they already
just redid the venue.
I've watched soccer games there.
But they redid it. But it's not. We're one of the smallest capacity stadiums, even with our remodel. They got to move and rebuild out of Chicago. It just cannot sustain.
I thought
Soldier Field cannot sustain.
I'm surprised they didn't do DC because we had the Audi Field. So I'm surprised that they didn't do DC at all. But
the thing is, Chicago has I think the second largest Hispanic.
Yeah, it would be gangbusters if they had.
Yeah, it would. Yes, but I did read that FIFA wants major events in Chicago, but it's going to be like they'll probably put up something in Millennium Park where you can come and watch the game.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, you're talking about the Hispanic populace and so forth. I mean, are you really going to beat Texas though? I mean,
I think we do.
Texans. You think you have more than Texas?
I think I believe it's Los Angeles, Chicago, and then it's major cities in Texas, right?
You can't beat Texas though.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I just know Chicago's up there, and of course demographics might change, but I think it was 1 or 2. It was high.
No, that's fine.
It's Los Angeles, Houston, San Antonio, Phoenix for the top 4. So yeah, Chicago's not in the top 10.
No, but even
all right. Well, then in that case, then maybe that's what they
out of all the venues that what's called Creamcast listed. Some of those venues, where's the other states? Like I can understand New York,
Kansas City,
Texas.
Kansas City is I think Kansas City has a strong football MLS.
Okay, so
I think they have a good MLS.
But I mean,
foundation.
Chicago always gets looked over, man. It fucking sucks.
No, really.
Yeah, but I think it's venues. It's venues. It's like Seattle has a very modern stadium. I think Kansas City. I think the one in Kansas City is the one that the Chiefs playing, right? And it has it was recently remodeled. I mean, you look at the reasoning why. I think they aimed for big venues like AT&T Field or whatever in Dallas. That holds 100,000 people. It's massive.
Oh
so
yeah,
I think there.
The Audi Field only has 20,000. So yeah, if you can hold 100,000 people, then
100,000 people, yeah. And I think the ones that are not there, they're being remodeled right now to hold upwards of
that.
How much does the New York one? Well, technically it's New Jersey, right? That's where they're gonna do it. There's no way
wherever the
do
Jets
New York.
play. I think wherever
Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what would it be? Madison Square Garden? That
it's not Madison Square Garden.
No, it wouldn't be Madison.
No, but I'm thinking of New York itself. They don't have a big venue in New York. It's usually in New Jersey.
It's in New York
right?
State. I don't know where it is.
me see that. I see Red Bull.
Oh, New York State, not the city.
MetLife Stadium.
MetLife, yeah, that's for the Jets, right?
Yeah, MetLife. They have.
Oh, or no, is that the
The biggest stadium is MetLife.
How big
That's
is
where
it?
the Jets. That's where the Jets. 82,500.
Oh, okay. Then there you go.
Yeah, these are capacity. It's capacity.
Capacity,
It's
yeah.
capacity.
Wait,
and
how many does Soldier Field fit?
Soldier Field.
You could look it up. Soldier Field's not that much.
Let me see.
It's
Soldier
and if you
Field,
look up the ranking of capacity in the NFL, it's on the bottom.
61,000.
Yeah.
So
That's still pretty good.
I mean, it's good, but I mean,
it's good.
The
but
thing is,
not
Soldier Field
just-
is old as shit. So the thing is,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, that's true. It is old.
like they
look up
they can expand it.
Creamcast. Look up SoFi. SoFi.
SoFi.
What's
is probably,
SoFi?
Yeah. It's
What
where
is
the Rams play. No, it's
Rams?
Chargers. I
LA?
think Chargers play there.
let's see,
LA, yeah.
LA?
I think
70,000.
it's Chargers. 70,000.
There you go, 70,000.
But the thing
It
is,
holds-
it's
yeah.
probably a newer. It's probably opened in 2020.
Maybe the
so-
infrastructure is better.
It's
Yeah, for
newer.
sure.
It has that Samsung screen that's over the entire field.
Oh yeah,
It's like a
yeah.
curved. It's amazing.
Yeah, they have a massive screen over it.
Yeah. They'll
yeah,
have
Soldier Field.
retractable.
And Soldier Field
Yeah,
is built in
structures.
20. Oh, and then SoFi. So it's expandable. So right now SoFi is 70,000, but it's expandable for major events up to 100,000.
Yeah, they're all
Oh,
high
okay.
capacity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it was
'cause
built.
the
it
only
was-
one that I know is like, sorry, the only one that I know is like super huge is the Cowboys Stadium, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
AT&T.
ridiculously large?
AT&T,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
Yeah. That I
massive.
think that's from the get-go 100,000.
Yeah. So, plus, I mean, like we were saying, it's Soldier Field was opened in 1924, so that shit's old as hell. And I mean, you're talking about on a world stage.
Here's the problem: to remodel Soldier Field to fit the capacity, you'd have to bust into the parking lot, and parking is already a nightmare. Like on
Soldier Field is absolutely the worst.
Yeah, on Lakeshore. So
Yeah.
You can't park on Soldier Field. You have to park underneath.
Well, you
the
have to
underground
park all
parking.
over.
All
yeah,
over. I'm saying
all around it, basically.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
but
pretty much
there's
all
no
around
room
Chicago.
to expand. There's no
Yes.
room to expand Soldier Field is the problem.
I guess they could expand upwards, but it would be expensive as hell.
They
Yeah,
already expanded it upwards. They already had one
They did.
major venue remodel.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I get it. It's just, I don't know. I have a
I
soft
fully
spot for
support
Soldier
the Bears
Field, so-
moving out of Chicago.
Wow.
Really?
It is a nightmare to go to a Bears game.
To where?
It's a nightmare to go to Soldier Field. I agree.
Oh, you want
Yes.
to move the Bears?
But
out
once
to
you're in
where?
there, I don't know. I like it once
Well,
you're
like
inside. the stadium.
they already bought property. It's happening.
Oh, they are. Oh, that's interesting.
Where is it? Is it Arlington Heights? Where is
Arlington
it?
Heights?
New
That's
Bears.
surprising.
Okay, so
I'm
New
surprised
Bears
not
Stadium.
in
They already bought the
Rosemont or
property.
something that's
Arlington Park,
closer
yeah.
to like the airport.
Arlington Park, right?
Yep, Arlington Park.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a massive property they bought. They're gonna build something really amazing.
Yeah,
So
building a
I'm
brand
I'm
new
all
stadium
for it.
there. Yep.
Yep.
So,
It's
that's
a done deal.
Smart. That's smart.
So what the hell are they gonna do with Soldier Field? Then?
I would just keep it as a venue. I
As
don't
a
know.
concert venue, probably.
Yeah,
All right,
I mean
that
it's a
makes sense.
venue.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
not many
struggling.
venues out, and I don't think now that I think about it, there's not a lot of venues in Chicago that can hold high capacity like that. So
In the city, no, it's just
Lollapalooza.
real estate. It's too expensive.
yeah, what you
Use it
say?
for use it for Lollapalooza.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
that's in
you
a park, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can have they have different like concerts within Lollapalooza, so you can have the like.
No, but
one-
I think he's saying more like stadium,
stadium, yeah,
not
like-
open air fields. Like
Oh, I'm
Lollapalooza.
just thinking like they can also use a stadium instead of just a park.
I mean, they
It's a thought,
could.
I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they could.
but that,
Oh, look,
that's still
they'll
a capacity of
find some
20,000.
use for Soldier Field because they'll still host events and stuff. So I mean, it's there, but it does not meet the Bears like popularity. I mean, imagine if you could fit, 70,000 fans into a typical Bears game. You get more opportunity to
Some
get
more money.
tickets.
Yeah.
It's hard to get tickets for
Mm.
Bears games.
Well, yeah, but that's just the same thing like with Green Bay Packers, right? It's just they're pretty much all bought over by people that have like passes or yearly whatever it is.
But I think Green Bay will never ever replace Lambeau because it's such a historic venue. Like it is literally it's part of that team's history. It's part of NFL history. They'll never replace it. Soldier Field, I don't think has that connection. It has that connection to the Bears, but not like Lambeau to the Packers. So anyways, I really think Bears. I hope that they bought the land. I hope it happens. So, anyways,
They're probably
if
gonna
the
do it.
if we had the stadium built, I'm sure we would have had a venue at the World Cup in next round.
Oh yeah, if it was a brand new venue, I think it
for sure.
absolutely.
But yeah, looking forward to it.
Chicago Fire is a pretty well known
team.
Yeah, but I think
they have their own
doesn't
stadium.
the Fire,
though,
the Fire plays in
Toyota
their own
Park.
stadium.
Yeah, so I'm saying
Yeah.
the Chicago Fire is a very well known team. So
it's a well known team, and the stadium is pretty small too.
Yeah,
compared to everything else. Yeah,
absolutely. So, cool. No, so World Cup is over. I mean, Messi jerseys are flying off the shelves and are going, like, people are reselling them right now, which is crazy. Like, it's funny that you could, like, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, you could buy a Messi jersey perfectly fine. Now, sold out everywhere, and it's absolutely ridiculous how, like, a team, like, you just kind of, I don't know if it's the same thing. I feel like, because I think people, like, especially us Americans, we don't value the marketing and, like, the merchandise of, like, soccer teams, because, like, if you do it for, like, a Super Bowl win and so forth, people are not going that crazy over merch. They are to an extent, but not that crazy. But, like, let your nation soccer team win. Holy shit. I mean, you're going to see everybody and their mother probably for the next 2 years at least in Argentina wear a Messi jersey for sure. So it's just crazy how merchandise is just flying out the shelves at the moment. Like I said,
I think they're forever crazy for soccer. That's their
most of the
default
world is
setting
crazy
for
what's it called. Most of the world is crazy for soccer.
Yeah,
it's just a few countries that aren't.
Yeah, well, America.
Well, Ed, in 7 months, I know Ed's excited. Women's World Cup starts.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm not a soccer, not a soccer fan. No.
Why not?
What about WNBA?
Not a soccer fan.
I'm not really a basketball fan either.
Yeah,
because
you really look like Brittany Griner.
I do not at all. That makes no sense at all.
You have a Brittany Griner vibe.
I do not.
Yeah. You do.
She actually has a deeper voice.
That was an inspiration. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, she has a deeper voice than you. So if you just knock your voice down just a little bit, you will look 100% like Brittany Griner.
But you get some more chicks too.
Yeah,
I also get more chicks, but
not more than Brittany Griner.
Not more than Brittany Griner. But
actually, you're trying though. You're trying. You're rocking the look. Keep it up. I see what you're doing.
I've been called Michael Jackson, Lenny Kravitz, Prince.
No one has called you Michael Jackson.
No, who, your grandma?
No.
Yeah, like your mom would be like, "Oh,
actually,
you look just like you look like a young Michael."
Actually, out of everyone I've either come across or in my family, the only person that
Michael Jackson. Were they blind?
No.
How the hell do you look like Michael Jackson?
You do not look like Michael Jackson in
this. Hold up. I'm not saying I do. I'm saying I've been called or look like.
Was it someone that's just never met black people or something?
Yeah,
you just assume that you look like. Oh
no, that we all look alike.
No.
Okay, well, Ed,
or even Lenny Kravitz, I don't see him.
I don't see any. I don't see any of it. But
well, we agree. We agree with you. We don't see it either.
We don't see it.
There's some kind of developmental issue with some of the people you're speaking to, and that's nothing wrong with that. People have opinions, but we agree with you. Absolutely, there's
I like their opinions, but I don't say I look like them.
I just wouldn't agree. I wouldn't repeat that ever. I wouldn't be. If someone says, "Hey, you look like Denzel Washington," I wouldn't embarrass myself and be like, "Hey, people say I look like
Denzel Washington."
That's kind of like I'm not gonna set myself up to get played like that, because I could see the responses like you just got just now saying, "Hey, people tell me I look like Michael Jackson." No, they don't. It's like when women say, "Hey, I look like Beyonce." No,
it's the worst thing someone can say.
Yeah, I'd be like,
someone once told me I look like Brad Pitt too. So
I mean, I can kind of see it. I just saw Bullet Train.
You got a Brad Pitt vibe.
Yeah,
you got a Brad Pitt
vibe.
I've said that for years.
Yeah, absolutely. I see the jaw.
Brad Pitt just really got lax on his diet.
Well, he got lax on his diet, drank a whole bunch of Modelo's, and ate a whole bunch of Tajin.
Then he would look like
just like you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can see it. I know it's the same acting skills. Yeah, you're amazing. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
But past that, so let's go ahead and jump into our topics, guys. I mean, I feel like
DCEU.
I was gonna say it's kind of been a slow news week, but it's been actually not too bad. Yeah, so we heard from DCEU, which is some of the most. I'm not gonna lie, I got really pissed about this.
Oh, I knew
name.
as
as we all
soon
did.
as I saw that posted on my Creamcast.
Disappointing news out of the
foaming at the
DCEU.
mouth.
What?
Yeah, when you guys, I didn't want to give you guys a response because you guys already knew my response, and
Yes.
I was livid. It has been confirmed that Henry Cavill will no longer play as Superman within the DCEU. He's pretty much has to at this point will hang up his cape in light or in for a younger Clark Kent, or not even though he's James Gunn said it was not an origin story, but for a younger Clark Kent. So yeah, it seems like our boy Henry Cavill left The Witcher for no reason. Came back to DCEU.
Can I intercept a little bit?
Sure.
Now, I've been looking into Henry Cavill thing, and he wanted to leave The Witcher too.
Well, I heard
so
that
the
too.
stars happen to align, because the thing is, The Witcher has been coming in under a lot of critique.
Yes.
Because the writers are completely disregarding the book and everything.
Yeah.
And they're making the focus not be The Witcher, which is the point of the show or the books or the game.
Right.
It's about Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah.
And the showrunners are trying to make it into something else. So Henry Cavill already expressed that he didn't like where the show was going. And it happened to be that, he somewhat got invited back to be Superman. And he took the opportunity to leave The Witcher finally.
Yeah.
And jump into the DCEU.
I mean, that's true. I did hear that as well. It just makes me upset that, we have been waiting for 10 years pretty much for Henry Cavill to come back as the Man of Steel, do a Man of Steel 2. Even if they change the direction of it away from Snyder's original idea of what it was going to be. But at the same time, I was extremely upset. I was extremely pissed that, Henry Cavill is not being, he is, I think, one of the greatest Superman that has ever been shown on the screen, especially live action. So
I agree with you. He is one of the, I think when I first saw it, when we first all watched it, I wasn't too hot on the idea of that Superman because it was so against what I think Superman should be.
Yeah.
But the more time has gone by and the more I've watched it, I've grown to appreciate that Superman. So I agree. No, you're right. That this is probably one of the better ones.
Him in the role is something we've all become very comfortable with. And I agree with you. For me, for years, Christopher Reeve is Superman.
He's still my number one, though. Christopher Reeve is still my number one.
Same for me. He still embodies everything, and it was a tall order to fill those shoes. But Henry Cavill did it, and I think I've talked about it before. Was never hot on. Like, I liked Man of Steel. I didn't love it. I thought it was more offensive to the source material. But I've grown to love Man of Steel, and I consider it to be the best thing that's ever come out of the DCEU. Like, it's the best thing Zack Snyder's ever made in that context.
It is the best, yeah.
And it's a tragedy that and we all held out hope. We all, even though it was Snyderverse was moving away and all these things we all held out hope that they're gonna revisit Superman, though, and Henry Cavill's pretty much there.
The stars were aligning.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Black Adam, the cameo, him leaving, everything seemed to be pointing towards him returning as Superman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about before the cameo. The hope was there.
Yeah.
The hope was never gone.
Yeah,
and then the cameo was like, we talked about it. We talked about the cameo. We talked about it more in the Black Adam episode than Black Adam. We talked about that cameo. Yeah. So I mean, that's how much it meant. It's a no-brainer decision. That's baffling to me why Warner Brothers is going down. I may understand we can get into that, but like talk about The Witcher, right? I mean, like, do people not understand the goodwill you have because everyone loves Henry Cavill and he portrays a role so well? Like, are you insane? Like, I mean, why are these people making these decisions? You kind of like, I'm starting to think like Henry Cavill's a big diva and nobody wants to work with him. Like, it's got to be the case.
But that's not the case. But that's not the case.
It's not the case. But I'm just thinking, like, it's not the case. But like, Jesus Christ, like, all these people making horrible decisions. No, it's not the case because you would have heard about it. But I'm saying it's just like it's like we're not seeing something that's very obvious to everyone who works.
But it's not just him though. They're cleaning slate.
Well, that's
everyone
not true.
aside from Jason Momoa is, and even Jason Momoa is probably gonna turn up that they're gonna axe him too.
No, they're still using him.
James Gunn actually came out today.
So far,
James Gunn.
That's because he's got a movie to promote.
Well, he came out today and said that he doesn't understand where people have heard that Gal Gadot got the boot. Because why everybody is saying, oh, she got kicked off.
Gal Gadot confirmed got the boot?
No. He's saying that because people have been speculating, just like how Green Tuner was saying, that everybody's pretty much going to get the axe except for Jason Momoa. Even Jason Momoa is going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn pretty much came out today on the record and said that he hasn't heard anything. He doesn't know why people are saying she got the boot because nothing's been confirmed. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't mentioned it. He did confirm that Henry Cavill is no longer going to play Superman for the time being, which doesn't mean that he can't be an older Superman later on, which I would be stoked if that would happen. They're focusing on a young Superman at the moment, which kind of makes sense. I can understand why. But right now, his cape, he's done playing Superman, because it doesn't align with their vision for the DCEU. It seems like they're going with a kind of a young Justice League at the moment.
Well, who knows what they're? It's way too early.
Yeah, we don't even know.
Well, no, this is what they said they're doing now.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, but I mean that could mean what? I don't want a teenager, and I don't think James Gunn is going to make a teenager.
I don't think
at this point. I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
I think they're probably going for like a year one type.
Yeah, and let's give him a chance.
An origin
story. So
far,
James Gunn has done good with movies.
But I think he would. I mean,
I don't know. It's just Ed's facial expression.
Yeah, Ed just made a look here. Ed, do you have some doubt of James Gunn's abilities here?
That Christmas special. Just the decisions right now. I'm not
the Christmas.
Really,
okay, the Christmas
I was playing
special.
about the Christmas special. Just right now, the decisions don't seem like they add up. I don't like how they did Henry Cavill. They did him pretty dirty. They brought him back as Superman for the Black Adam scene, and they gave us all hope.
But that was before James Gunn, wasn't it?
I know, but still, yeah, I think maybe during conversations of it, because James Gunn, he talks to Dwayne, The Rock.
Dwayne.
You still say
Dwayne. But no, even The Rock, he's been pissed and he's like made statements on his
Well, we'll get into The Rock here.
Well, The Rock said, talk about Diva. There's plenty of reports that The Rock is hard to work with.
Talk about Diva. You're going to fire Lego, whatever, Henry Cavill. And,
it was amicable from the thing that I saw from Henry Cavill.
But
I mean, amicable because Henry Cavill's probably a good guy about it. I don't know if he was like, I mean, he filmed the cameo. He was invested in it.
He was invested in it.
Amicable, I think, because he's a good person.
He's a good dude.
He had every right to probably lose it on social media or something.
Here's what's
the guy who played Cyborg?
He's gone too.
He's a has-been. I don't know.
The actor? No.
Yeah.
But he's also pitching in again now.
He's gone too. I forgot his name.
He needed to just, like, if that was a separate issue.
No,
he's there's good. Like a DCEU thing. He's always like chiming in.
I know. Every time there's something to say about it.
Cyborg. Ever since I saw
he was a good cyborg.
Yes,
he was a great cyborg.
Yeah. I think he's been axed too. But what makes no sense, was baffling to me, is you're gonna let go Henry Cavill, and I don't know whoever else is going to be axed.
Well, you trust the process.
But you're going to keep Ezra Miller, and he's done everything.
Well, I don't think they want to keep Ezra Miller. They're stuck with Ezra Miller.
Yeah,
they're stuck. They're stuck with it. Jason Momoa, I'm guarantee you, they would have rebooted Aquaman. It's the
Yeah.
fact that they have a multi-billion-dollar film to launch and give people confidence in, so they cannot pull the plug on that or give you any kind of doubt on the future of that character.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't trust the process right now. It could change. I don't know. But
I mean, trust the process here. I mean, James Gunn. You trust James Gunn? Yeah,
James Gunn has a good
record.
track record.
Okay, and you cannot blame the man. And here's, I guess, the take on James Gunn and his decisions. He is clean slate. He's starting. He wants a clean slate. I mean, you can't hate him for doing that. You want him to fix it? Let him fix it. Kind of
Let
situation.
him fix it. Yeah,
you can't give him like, all right, fix it, make it better, James. Oh, by the way, you know, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, you know, keep all this, keep that.
Continue the same storyline.
Yeah, it's hard to keep continuity.
I think he can fix it with the current people that he has on with him. I think it's possible.
But that's not his vision.
But I think it's confusing to be two parts. I think it's confusing for the audience. Now, I'm, and this is coming from a person who loves Henry Cavill as
we all love Henry Cavill.
No, I'm saying I have the group. I'm probably the biggest.
Out of the group, you're the biggest Superman
fan.
When it comes to Henry Cavill.
But I say all that to say I understand what James Gunn is trying to do. The thing is, I think it's two parts. One, if you kept everybody still the same, people are going to be confused, because you gotta remember, we're talking about like us, like we understand comic books, we understand what's going on with the entertainment in the background. A lot of people don't. A lot of people are in the background, they're just going to Superman movies and going to DCEUs, the casuals, exactly. So if you still see Superman, you still see Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot. Mm-hmm. He said the Ed Undergrounds. No, he said the Ed Undergrounds, the casuals.
Yeah,
you wish I was.
The normies, the Ed Undergrounds.
You wish I was. You wish I was.
But you have your Gal Gadot, you have your Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and then I forgot Cyborg. Ray Fisher.
Ray Fisher. Good old Ray Fisher. But
you have these characters. It's gonna be kind of confusing because you have an incomplete story with a Snyderverse. That you have the side stories of like Wonder Woman, and then side story of Man of Steel, side story of Flash, also Aquaman, and then you gotta build a new world around that. That the second part is it's gonna be very hard to do because there's a lot of discontinuity or incontinuity in between all these storylines, and then to the overall arching Justice League story. So I understand, as me coming in as James Gunn, what will be easier to make DCEU Warner Brothers a success? Because remember, he's been brought on as practically the storytelling CEO for the DCEU. He's in control of all of this. So for him to make a good continuity story in between all these different worlds, it makes sense for him to start fresh and to tell a complete story, instead of jumping in where we have a Superman who's already killed General Zod, who's already went against, pretty much about to go against Darkseid. Why start there when you could build a story kind of like what Avengers did, where they started with Iron Man dealing with, local betrayal from his own company with Obadiah Stane, to then dealing with a worldwide universal threat like Thanos. It has to be a build-up. So if you're coming in saying, hey, I want to build the story, and I want to tell a complete story, you're kind of going to have to start from scratch. And while I hate that Henry Cavill is not going to be Superman, I get it 100%. And to be fair, James Gunn has an excellent track record. Let's not talk about I know, Ed, you were joking before about the holiday special. And, for the time being, we'll definitely just throw that. That's an isolated incident.
Out the window.
Yeah, that there's a lot of shit that went on with that. So we're gonna throw that out the window for the time being.
I don't think it was a serious project anyway.
It wasn't serious, yeah. But James Gunn, let me finish real quick. James Gunn does have an excellent track record. I mean, we saw what he did with Peacemaker.
Suicide Squad. He turned it around.
I like those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I was like, Suicide Squad, he completely turned it around. that was amazing in and of itself. But those already have some established characters. But taking Peacemaker, a character that is not known whatsoever. Nobody could ever convince me that Peacemaker was a household name, or nobody knew. Even in comic book world, there's a lot of comic book people who know about comic books didn't know about Peacemaker. The fact that he was able to turn that into a successful series that made you want to watch it, every week, shows the level of talent that he has. So now that he has the reins and the keys to the entire universe to do whatever he wants to, I think we need to give the man, some time to do some world building. And while it's scary, of course, and we have these out of the shit of the DCEU that we've gotten thus far, the absolute dog shit that we've gotten, the fact that we can, the reason why we're stuck to these characters so much is because we just love. They're great casting. The casting has been great overall. Other than Ezra Miller could have been better. But other than that, the casting has been phenomenal. So I mean, out of the shit, we're picking out the little nuggets of like gold out of it, and that's the cast. But unfortunately, that time that time has elapsed for them. They've had 10+ years, and it's not the actor's fault, other than Ezra Miller being a piece of shit. It's not the actor's fault. It's just Warner Brothers didn't know what to do with these franchises. So at this point, I feel like it is good for James Gunn to get a fresh start, bring some new actors in, and hopefully what we can do is bring in these older actors. Once we get past the year one stuff, like Darkseid was saying, we can bring in these older actors to then portray further storylines of them as they mature.
So. I see what you're saying, and I agree with you 90% of what you're saying. The 10% is, if he's doing a completely fresh new start, then why keep Aquaman? Why keep Wonder Woman if Wonder Woman is still on board?
Darkseid just told you Aquaman is a giant movie. Yeah. They can't pull the plug on this movie.
Massive billion-dollar investment.
Aquaman, you want to fire
made $1 billion
before
worldwide.
The movie's released?
Yeah,
that makes no
sense.
sense.
You think Warner Brothers is going to?
So are they going to recast him once that movie's done?
We don't know.
We don't know.
I mean, here's the thing.
But there's
I
a
just
good
said
possibility.
Aquaman 1 made $1 billion worldwide. That's insane. If Aquaman 2 matches or exceeds that, they'll find a way to keep that going.
Yeah.
And they're also keeping Shazam too. I forgot the guy's name who plays Shazam.
Yeah, you know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I'm not
Adam. Well, not Adam. What's his
name? I like Shazam.
I don't like Shazam.
I don't like Shazam.
Well,
Levy.
And look, if you're
Levy,
another like side thing is also, if you're a comic book fan, you should be happy that we have James Gunn, because James Gunn is one of the. Let me finish my thought, you son of a bitch.
Now you know how it feels.
No, basically, the cool thing about James Gunn is he also likes bringing in like unknown characters. So if you're like a comic book fan, this is gonna be the chance for you to see like the weird like characters that you haven't seen in screen before. Well, we might get Metallo, we might get Pizarro, we might get all the weird
we're
villains.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Polka Dot Man, like we've had before.
Yeah.
So
I mean, do you think? See, here's the thing: is James Gunn? Do you think James Gunn is going to he's going to apply his sensibilities to an entire universe, or he's going to?
That's what I'm thinking.
Herald the, the continuity and make sure structure's there, kind of like what
I think
John
probably
Favreau
Herald.
did.
I
don't think you're gonna tone. You could have a dark and gritty Superman still. I don't know, but the tone is gonna be dictated by the various directors he picks.
Well, he's the Kevin Feige. He's now the Kevin Feige of Marvel.
But just like Kevin Feige, he has the ability to push what characters he wants where.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, that even though if it's gonna be directed by someone else, you still have a better chance of seeing Blue Beetle. Or
Blue Beetle.
That's
weird
so
guys. Blue Beetle's coming out
next
year.
So
confirmed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out next year.
It's filmed. Yeah, it's done.
Shit. But a good point. Going back to like the Jason Momoa's point. I mean, I agree with what Darkseid and Green Tuner are saying. Like, you don't want to fire your actor before a big movie is going to come out. It's just like, because that just signals at that point is, why should you care at that point? And if that movie was an extreme success,
you won't see it.
Yeah, you won't. Like, if that movie, if you fire them before the movie comes out, that gives people more of an incentive not to give a shit. Like, because I'm not gonna lie, if I know that that's the end of the movie, that's the end of the series, I'm not gonna be rushing to the theaters to see it. I was just like, oh, I'll see it when I see it because that's the end of this line. It's not that big of a deal. So you keep the suspense by having the actor on, being like, oh yeah, promoting my new movie and so forth. But I mean, we've already seen that, like with Jason Momoa, that he's been tapped on the shoulder that possibly playing like Lobo and so forth, and like so these other actors, like I don't think Jason Momoa is gonna last in the DCEU, the Snyderverse DCEU.
I don't think so.
I think after Aquaman 2 comes out, he's gonna get the axe, but I think they're gonna
Yep.
recast him as Lobos. So I think that that's he has to look like if he's gonna play any character that fits his personality without like changing the retconning the character, that is 100% looks like him. That is the rocker, long hair, don't give a shit type of attitude. That's Jason.
I hope they don't. I hope he doesn't get Lobo. I hope like just get rid of him and just be done with it. Because you're right. Everything you said was right. The problem is they use that image for Aquaman. They made Aquaman into that. So like,
they gotta do is
just sever it. I mean, you're gonna have like, are you Aquaman or are you Lobo?
No,
he's gonna do the exact same thing with the beard.
Yeah,
as like like
sure.
Just paint his skin white.
Yeah,
red eyes.
Yeah,
that's what I gotta do.
Well, what I was gonna say, another really good thing is, like the Ed Underground, if you don't like James Gunn's direction, or you don't like the new universe, or you don't like whatever we get in 5-6 years, hey, Warner Brothers has an automatic get out of jail free card if they could just bring back the Snyderverse. If it doesn't work, they can just be like, okay, fine, we're just bringing back the class. Yeah, we're just
throw a bunch of money at it. Yeah.
Yep.
It is a get out of jail free card. I mean, they got Ezra Miller. I don't know how they got to promote that movie, but
well, they're gonna. The thing is, they don't have really much. I don't think what you understand is that the movie is already made. For them to scrap it would be a huge loss for them. It was not like a Batgirl loss. Like Batgirl was a much smaller film overall, and the fact of you have these big actors. Ezra Miller commands a lot of money, mainly because of the fact that he's been in multiple Snyder-based films. So the fact that you are going to, or not Snyder, DCEU, he can command a little bit more money.
I don't think he gets a lot of money.
Well, not a lot.
I think it's just, his face is invested. Yeah, he's a mainstay.
He's a mainstay for that. So at that point, it's just kind of like they have to kind of go with it. I don't think. Is there a possibility they could still cancel this? Absolutely. Will James Gunn actually do that? There's a huge possibility that James Gunn could do that, and I wouldn't blame him for doing that, honestly. But we'll just have to see what happens. But I don't think Ezra. I think if all the people that are going to be able to survive the reckoning that is James Gunn right now, I think Gal Gadot is probably the highest person, the most likely person to stay, because of the fact that she, as Wonder Woman doesn't really age. So her Gal Gadot, as they can just kind of put her in and be like, hey,
that doesn't
make sense. It doesn't
make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
They gotta keep. I think Henry Cavill's departure means one clear thing: he's going to get rid of everybody. If he could keep one like Gal Gadot and make it work, then he would have kept Henry Cavill. The thing is, he got rid of Henry Cavill because there's no movie coming out. This is the time to announce it. Apparently in January, we're going to get some more of an idea of what he's talking about, what his plan is. So Gal Gadot, he could announce it tomorrow. He's not going to announce Aquaman, like we said. The reasoning is there because there's a movie to promote. Mm-hmm. But I think she's done. I think they're all done.
I think they're all done. Too.
Safe to say they're all done.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Well, we're probably not going to get our first. We're probably not going to get our first. I'm assuming Superman will be. Well, they already said Superman is the biggest.
Superman's key.
He's going to be the biggest key in all of this, which makes sense because Justice League, Superman and Batman are the two most pivotal characters in that entire group. So with Superman, I mean, we probably won't see a Superman movie for another 3 years. I'm assuming. I'm assuming James Gunn is gonna. I don't know if James Gunn is directing himself. I probably guess.
I doubt it.
I'm assuming he's probably not. So he needs to get a director. He's probably got the storyboard. He's building the world as is. So we probably won't. He probably already has the world already kind of built out because it's not like when we hear the news of James Gunn being brought on as the Kevin Feige of DCEU Warner Brothers. We know he knew about that months in advance, so he's probably got a world already built, have a script already kind of built. He just needs somebody to direct it. So we probably won't see a Superman movie for another 3+ years or so. That gives us, and plus the really good thing about that, it sucks that we have to wait so long to get a good Superman movie, but it gives Warner Brother DC a chance to get all these other movies that they're currently doing, like Blue Beetle. I'm pretty sure Blue Beetle will not survive the reckoning with James Gunn, but it gives Warner Brother a chance to clean their palette, put these movies out that they already got in the queue, pull all these movies out, clean the palette, let's start something fresh, and then let's get this going. So.
But they still have Batman too if they want like an influx of cash.
Well, they said
they
want to
bring
two. Yeah, it's gonna be two Batmans.
Two Batmans now. So
yeah, I assume so. The DCEU and the standalone, but I'm saying the standalone Batman is still like their next cash cow, right?
Well, Batman, Matt Reeves Batman. I mean, we already know that's already started. Steamrolling production for the second.
Production,
one.
Okay.
So we already got that one going. They did say that they did have interest with bringing Matt Reeves Batman into James Gunn's new universe. I hope they don't. I hope they keep the two separate. I hope they. Yeah. But they said a cool thing is that I know we have differing views on Batfleck and how we feel about his Batman.
Batfleck.
I love Batfleck. I thought it was one of the better Batflicks or better Batman in recent times. Definitely better. Sure. Definitely, yeah. I think it's better than Christopher Nolan's.
Yes.
Christian Bale's.
Better than Christian Bale. Yeah.
So, but
as Batman, not as movies, just the character Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I think Batfleck, and we got a comment in the chat from Jake's on the Plane. Batfleck was a great tool being used for the wrong job. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Jake's on the Plane. Yeah. No, it's true though.
I mean that Batman could have been one of the best Batmans of all time. I think it was just put into the wrong. It was just put into the wrong hands.
All the characters, the actors, all the actors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I'd say all of them. Yeah, for sure. I think the only person that got it right was Cyborg. I think that was the best one overall. Out of all these so far, I think he was the best used
in the Snyderverse. I think
within the Snyderverse,
in the Snyder cut.
Snyder cut. That's what I meant. Yeah, Snyder cut.
I'm talking about like with all the movies and all the appearances. Cyborg was the most condensed and the best version of it because we only get to see him twice, and so in the second one, he's the best one and the most concise. I say all that to say, so James Gunn has tapped Ben Affleck on the shoulder and say, "Hey, we want you to direct a Batman movie." So with that,
that's very interesting.
That's very interesting. Like, hey, he's not gonna play Batman no more, but he will be able to direct it. And
he's a great director.
He's a great director. He loves Batman. He's
good at making crime movies or directing crime movies.
Exactly.
So
he's in love with the character. He's a comic book nerd like us. He knows the material. He is a great director. He's played the role, so he's already been kind of introduced to this world of Batman as an actor and seeing it from that viewpoint. So I think that's a great choice. If he is directing the new Batman for the DCEU, that would be fucking phenomenal. I think that's
the best part of the new Batman, though, is it will take place in Boston. And Batman will have a Boston accent.
Oh God!
Where's the Joker?
Where's the Joker? The Joker.
Yeah, I gotta get a Batman car.
Though, you guys want?
What?
Do you want two Batman franchises?
No, I don't. No,
I want one Batman.
Like, so I say, if you're gonna have two Batman movies, then what? Two universes simultaneously. One's gonna have to be the dark Matt Reeves gritty one, grounded one. Yeah. The other one's gonna have to be a little more cartoonish.
I'll say Batman animated series.
Yeah, you can't have two. Well, I think the Matt Reeves one is heavily inspired by the animated series.
Yeah, but I'm not looking for cartoonish. I'm looking more for.
I mean, it's literally
I know, but I'm saying
it was the inspiration for the series.
Saying, but the view I see what you're saying.
The tone.
The tone of it is
the
not...
tone, the shadows, and everything is pretty much the look. That was his biggest inspiration, was the animated series.
Well, I guess it doesn't come across as, to me, like the cartoonish version.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I'm saying cartoonish, like
when you say cartoonish,
a little
what do you mean?
softer, I guess, is what he's trying to say.
Softer. Like this doesn't.
No,
have
that's
to be
what I
good.
literally said. That's what I'm saying. Cartoony. Like it's gonna have to be something more. I'm not saying like
less grounded, less realistic,
less grounded, less realistic, more superheroic,
more like Arkham Asylum,
probably involving. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
More. Yeah, sure.
More Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum is like ripe for like the Matt Reeves world to explore. You know what I mean? Like an
older Batman. Sure.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Look, what I'm saying is, if they do a Batman movie, it's gonna. I envision a Batman movie more.
It'll be more supernatural type stuff. Like you'll see more. It wouldn't be a Nolan movie. Like Nolan is very grounded, like very realistic. It'll be.
I wouldn't say supernatural, but what I'm thinking is more like see Batman out of his element, a global, like out of Gotham City, Justice League level Batman, where you can see him taking on a bigger global conflict. You know what I mean?
Yeah, global threats instead of things that are
just Gotham City's
down in Gotham
grime.
City.
I'd like to see Batman in
JLA Batman. That's what you're
JLA
talking
Batman,
about.
Metropolis.
Yes.
You know, Batman is hunting somebody around the world. And in comics, that's great. When you see Batman pop up in Tokyo and people's reaction to that, I'd like to see that. You know what I mean? Or like Batman, like here's with Matt Reeves Batman, he drives a very specific grounded Batmobile. I want this other Batman to drive like a future plane. You know what I mean? Like Bruce Wayne's money is on full display here. Kind of like what Ben Affleck, did, but not as like the Ben Affleck one was dark and gritty. I think the dark and gritty has been taken by Matt Reeves right now, and I think it's being done really well. Yeah. So if they do two Batmans, they should try to make them separate. Like
it would have to be separate.
Interesting. Yeah,
it can't be a Matt Reeves Batman. Although I love the Matt Reeves Batman, it can't be like a year one Batman. It's got to be like a year 5 or something Batman.
Well, I will let's backpedal a little bit. If we had Matt Reeves Batman in a new what's his name? I want to say
Superman.
I keep want to say call him
James Gunn.
James Gunn.
Swan.
I keep want to call him James Wang.
James Wang.
James Gunn. That would be a good. I remember we were talking about before about Batman being even though he was gritty, he became the light while Superman became the dark. Well, he was the darkness, and the Snyderverse. And I feel like this could be the good switch if James Gunn did this, where Batman was the dark one. He was like the Matt Reeves Batman, dark, gritty, and then we have a Superman who is light and very
the Snyder
optimistic.
The Snyder one, I know what you're saying. The Snyder one, the problem with that was you had dark and gritty Batman and dark and gritty Superman.
Right, but I'm saying
it was not. There was no switch. It was just one sided.
Well, the thing is, Superman became the light and gritty, or the light version, and he became the lighter
Superman
version.
Became the light one over time.
Over time. Yeah.
Wow, that's what I'm saying. Like for the James Gunn version, I think that'd be kind of cool if they did bring the Matt Reeves version, where it was dark and gritty Batman meets the light of Metropolis, and then that is what kind of creates because even we were talking about JLA was light, that dark. The Superman was still not Superman. Batman was dark. He was dark, kind of mysterious.
Dark,
so the fact is, now granted, trying to get him from the part that sucks,
messing around with fundamental things we shouldn't be messing around with. This is the recipe to disaster. Batman is dark and gritty.
Right.
Superman is bright and optimistic. Every time somebody messes with that,
you're not messing with that. If you have that, you have the formula for that right now. With James Gunn is going to be doing a younger Superman, the light version of Superman, and you already have a dark, gritty Batman. The problem that you have is taking him onto a world stage. So you have this young Batman who is dark and gritty. How do you get him onto a world stage?
You can have the world stage be more bright and optimistic. The contrast of a dark and gritty Batman is still there. That's why it works in JLA. He's still the shadowy figure in a bright, like crazy
I'm just talking about I'm just talking about time frames. So you have right now we have like a year one Batman, right?
Time frame.
Year 5.
No, Batman should be.
I thought it was year 1.
No, it is year 1. I'm saying you need a year 5 because if you take this year 1 Batman and throw him into a Superman-esque world, I don't think it will work because this Batman we know right now, he's still learning how to be Batman.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not, so it wouldn't really work.
Right. That's a good point. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just the timing of all this. Like, we're having a young ass Superman with a young ass Batman. If they're growing up together, that's great. But I just don't know how Matt Reeves' vision, how that's going to work with Superman coming up at the same time.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I say.
It all comes down to how long they've been doing what they could be the same age, but the thing is, Superman Clark Kent accepts being Superman at a certain point where Batman is driven to embrace his need for vengeance right away. As soon as he can hit the ground running. And he learns from that everything he does, and it's a messy way for him to learn. But with Superman, it's more of him trying to find his place in like there's a journey where he becomes an adult, and there's a book called Superman Birthright if you want to read it. It's really good, where it's him traveling the world and accepting what his responsibility is. What does he do with these powers? Kind of thing. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Right. What is my role? So while he's doing that, at that time, Batman's busting people's heads, dressed in black. He may not be called Batman at that time, but he's still out there. So you can have them both on the same like age and same like level of maturity, but they're both like on different paths. You know what I mean? You can have them coexist in that world.
In one
world.
All I'm saying is that they definitely can coexist, and I think they should coexist. I guess what I'm saying is that with the reboot of the DCEU, this is the perfect time. And we were saying before, do we want 2 Batmans at the same time? No. We don't really want. If we could have one Batman, like Marvel, they never did 2 different Iron Mans. They never did 2 different Captain Americas. It was our Captain America in the continuity of that story, whether it was a standalone or it was a joint film with other Avengers. It was always our Captain America. So what I'm saying is that while I want the most ideal Batman for the DCEU as far as Superman's involved with the Justice League, JLA, whatever. What I am saying is that ultimately Matt Reeves' Batman can be transformed to be that dark, gritty Batman that we want. However, with that being said, with what Matt Reeves has already done, can we actually get to the point where this Batman is a good fit for the JLA, as in he is that dark?
I think it can. It's just very hard to do. Extremely hard to do. But it can. I mean, they've had movies with Captain America that are full of death and darkness, and they were still able to use them in, Avengers.
Sure. And that's all I'm saying. I'm just hoping that if we can consolidate to one Batman into the Matt Reeves Batman, I'm just kind of am scared that he's going from. How are they going to do the transition from local detective Batman to world threat crime solving Batman?
Yeah, I think they can I mean, it can be done. It can be done easily. Like you said, the Batman, when you get to that film, he's going to be, I think Ed Underground said it, he's already established. He's already, it'll start from the casting. You can't have the Matt Reeves Batman is very young and he's gruff and he's very unsure of himself kind of still. But you need a confident, if Ben Affleck were a younger man, I would say he's perfect. You need almost James Bond, Bruce Wayne. You need a man of the world, a man who's fully embraced the potential of Bruce Wayne. He's toe to toe with Lex Luthor. He's all over the world all the time. He pops up wherever he needs to do. So if you can get that like imagine Tony Stark. Tony Stark, and the feel of like an Iron Man movie, but retaining. And I think you said it right. The animated series. You can have the animated series as a great tone. You could do that absolutely right out the gate without any kind of build up or need to differentiate yourself with the Matt Reeves universe. It all comes down to like the tone. I think Matt Reeves has a great tone ready to go. Done. He's got the lockdown on the dark and gritty side of the universe. I think you could look at like a softer, more cartoony, toyetic Batman without going too far down that road.
No,
Like,
I want to go far.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I think with
back.
Batman, with Batman, I think we've all learned lessons. And you know what, guys? Really quick, February is coming up very soon, so we can
dear God,
discover. We could talk about this coming up. Let's save our Batman talk here.
Sure,
very important. You have a dream, remember?
Yes.
This
is a dream. This is a dream.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited for it. It could be amazing.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I'm really curious, and at first, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said before, talking about Henry Cavill, his departure from the DCEU, I was pissed. I was punching the air, foaming at the mouth, beating my meat furiously. I mean, I was.
Same for a different reason.
Yeah. I just had a picture of Henry Cavill.
I was doing it to a picture of Kevin Costner though.
Oh, Kevin Costner, nice. Well, he should be showing up some.
Paul Kent.
That's why.
I'm
like Paul.
Right? Like how they're gonna explain that, by the way. Yeah, it's. I think that ultimately, it's going to be a. I just want this to be perfect. Like we're going through the heartache now, and I hope that the heartache is well worth it in the long run. And
I hope so too.
Because I mean, honestly, for me, DCEU is over Marvel. 100%.
Why did you shake your head, Dark Side? You don't think it's gonna happen?
You don't think he doesn't trust the process.
Such a negative.
No, I don't trust. Here's the thing: Warner Brothers, they don't know how to do anything. And at the end of the day,
they
you
know
can
how
have
to
as
do
many James
animated
Gunns
movies. That's about
they know how to do the crap out of animated movies.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. But that's about it, because they mismanage everything. They're screwing up the comic book side, the video game side, the actually they did good with
video game
toys with
good.
McFarlane.
Yeah, the toys.
I mean,
Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is a hot mess.
Well,
I don't know if you guys know about that.
Besides Gotham Knights,
hot mess.
The Arkham series.
Well, I mean, that's right now. That's their marquee.
Their newest entry. Yeah.
Yeah. So it ain't looking good.
That and like honestly, I think we all have a soft spot for like the DC characters.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody wants those characters to succeed.
Yeah.
Like who the hell doesn't like Batman, Wonder Woman, and what's called and Superman. Those are the main three everyone likes.
The Trinity.
Then afterwards is Green Lantern and Aquaman.
Yeah.
And Flash.
Well, I think the problem is that the thing is that DCEU had alley-oops nonstop, right? They had alley-oops nonstop, and it's just like every single time they could not score with anything. And
because they kept changing everything every 3 seconds. It seemed like they didn't give anyone a chance to actually like fulfill their vision. Well, yeah, they kept throwing monkey wrenches.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that if Marvel can make Iron Man likable, like Iron Man, I think we have these rose tinted goggles that thinking that like Iron Man was a massive character. Especially in movies.
Most people maybe, but I think like we ourselves have said that before previously that Iron Man is like a C tier character.
That's what I'm saying. He's a C tier character, absolutely. And the fact that they were able to make a C tier character be on the same popularity, if not more, than Superman and Batman in recent years. And I'm not talking about like overall, but I'm saying like within the movie spectrum.
Within the movie realm, yeah.
With casuals and everybody else. Making Iron Man as popular as he is, the DC has no excuse at this point of why Batman is not killing it right now, why Superman and why Wonder Woman is not absolutely killing it. And the minor victories that they have gotten, like with Wonder Woman 2, Wonder Woman 84, even though that was a hot garbage hot dumpster juice
Dumpster
garbage.
fire.
No, it was just it tasted like dumpster juice on a hot summer day. The fact that it made so much money is only because of the fact that people love this character so much. I love Wonder Woman. I love Snyder's version of Wonder Woman. I think we've talked about this several times. So I mean, it's the gritty.
You didn't like it?
Darkseid. I know Darkseid didn't.
Darkseid is such a damn hater.
Yeah,
haters gonna hate.
He wants people to be all cheery and rainbows. And
you didn't like the
haters gonna hate.
Snyder cut Wonder Woman?
He doesn't like the actress.
I never said. I never said that she's like perfect.
She's not perfect. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be perfect.
He didn't say she was like, perfect.
Yeah, I'm just saying she's the best version.
She's okay. She's okay. I've
great.
never.
Okay, what's a better version of Wonder Woman?
Linda Carter. Linda Carter's the only other one you have to.
Yeah,
I've yet to see.
No, there's another version. There's another version.
Who?
Xena Warrior Princess. That is pretty much Wonder Woman.
Oh,
I have yet to see.
I used to watch that show.
Version of Wonder Woman that
I'm like, oh,
Xena.
Throw your circle thing at me.
Yeah. With what's his name? And Hercules.
Kevin
with,
Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo.
Sorbo. Yeah. Like,
he comes out with he comes out in like a full Zeus outfit or Hercules. I'm sorry, but he has like a Trump hat on.
Can't be any better.
Well, you know, and all the times Hercules wanted to build the wall, you remember that?
Yeah.
Great episodes.
That's one of his 12 labors. Really quick, we have a comment in the chat. So Gotham Knights, this is from Jake's on the plane. Gotham Knights was a mess. Last Arkham game had quite a few problems. I agree with that, but I mean, Arkham Knights, it's enjoyable. I mean, not Arkham Knights. Gotham Knights is enjoyable from people that have actually and actively play it. They love it. They say it's not bad. So it has its faults. It does seem repetitive.
Well, I mean,
kind of boring.
That second comment from Jake, it perfectly encapsulates it.
Which one?
It says yeah.
Okay. His second. For me, it's my third. That's what I'm reading.
Okay, third comment. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Gal Gadot was a breath of fresh air, where Wonder Woman was otherwise entirely forgotten by the screen. Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
thank you.
But I think what Darkseid is saying is that, I mean, she wasn't perfect. She was good.
But I don't think any of us are saying she's perfect.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's perfect. Well,
we're all saying she was good. But
he's good. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Let me clarify what I'm saying here. I think how Henry Cavill fit the role of Superman very naturally. Yeah. I didn't have the same feeling with Gal Gadot. Now I will say that same thing about Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I agree. Okay. Ezra Miller. What's his name? Cyborg. I like Gal Gadot. I think she brought like a freshness. I think he just said that she brought a breath of fresh air. I think that's fine because it was the character's fresh again. You know what I mean? We haven't revisited the character. So whereas I didn't get that feeling. Like I think there's more potential in somebody bringing Wonder Woman back to the screen in a better way. I think I just didn't see it with Gal Gadot.
I disagree. Okay. I disagree slightly with that, only because of the fact that Gal Gadot, I mean, the one problem, I think what a lot of people had a problem with Gal Gadot was her physique. She wasn't built.
For sure that was one of my problems.
I think that was the main problem for a lot of people was her physique.
Yeah, she's not built as a Wonder Woman type person. And when the Snyderverse, it kind of compensated for that by showing like her speed, her power, and even though she's so tiny, but how nimble she is, which was kind of cool. But when we think of Wonder Woman, we think of Amazon Warrior, we think of her a little bit buff. I mean, people were thinking about Gina Carano. We know that will never happen.
Yeah, but she can't act her way out of paper bag.
Yeah, she can't. She's not a great actor. So the problem is that with that lack of skill, there's not many women that I can think of who can physically reach the physique of Wonder Woman as we want it to be.
Yeah, so, I think it's just
I don't even have an issue with her physique.
No, it was just I did a little bit
performance as Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
it was very up in the air. It was no. Her performance as Wonder Woman was very pie in the sky, she wasn't very resolute as Wonder Woman. She was
No,
very
that's
like
true.
Yeah.
Wonder
time she
Woman
was.
I'm
Dark Side
used to, and I've talked about this.
is very
Wonder Woman
resolute.
I want
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
resolute in her beliefs and very.
She would kill you if
she'd kill you.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
not afraid to kill.
yeah.
She has like a code of ethics that she doesn't
Yes,
really
and where
bend.
Gal Gadot preferred to be in this like bubbly, happy,
and love and everything.
I think I talked about that.
Wait, hold on. Are you
not
saying
saying
that?
Wait, I'm talking, bitch.
Hold on.
Okay.
That's
Whoa,
right.
shit.
Yeah, holy,
I put my mic on mute.
That's what I do it.
Don't call.
Oh, hold on.
Hey,
In
he's
the
talking.
first episode, second episode, we talked about how we felt about the DCEU, the Snyderverse. Sorry, and remember I said Wonder Woman stepped in to fill the bright, hopeful shoes that Superman they didn't cast.
Yes,
right.
That's what it should
Remember?
have been. You're right.
So that's my problem with Gal Gadot from the beginning. She's not Wonder Woman. She's just a Superman fill-in because that's what they need, and she's not portraying that. So I'm waiting for the right person to bring that version of Wonder Woman to the screen.
You're right, because technically Wonder Woman is only really sort of held in check because of Superman.
Superman.
If Superman wasn't around, there would be a lot more bodies.
He's a moral compass for a lot of these Superman. These Batman's
So,
moral compass too.
Let me get this straight. You're saying that Gal Gadot didn't play that being that she came from a bubble into a new world that didn't like work.
No. You're
because that was her
I don't think she's naive. I don't think she's a baby.
She kind of came off as naive in a little bit because she wasn't a bubble.
It's not naive. It's about
but she comes from a killer society of Amazons.
Yeah, and she played that off pretty well. But she also came across.
No, I don't think. That's where I disagree.
Wow, what is this?
I don't think.
I disagree. I think she came from. I think she came from. Like, here's the thing: Zack Snyder had the Snyderverse of the Amazonians. And Patty Jenkins, I like the first movie. I think she came from Disney's Themyscira. She came from Disney's Themyscira, and Zack Snyder's Themyscira. I don't think we got a little touch of it in the Snyder Cut, where it was vicious as hell.
Those were closer to the Amazons that are from the comic.
And you see how they were dressed and everything. There was Snyder Cut. They cut like the costumes, like they had to reshoot stuff because it was the male gaze of Zack Snyder, so the outfits were a little scantily clad. And so I mean, and I'm not saying that really doesn't have anything to do with it, but I think there was a gruffness to what I was expecting.
I got you.
Okay,
that makes more sense.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
I get what you.
I'm not knocking Gal Gadot. I think she's a good actor.
Ed is not.
And I think the best thing I've seen her in is the Fast and Furious movie. Look, she wasn't no good. She wasn't no good Wonder Woman. She wasn't no good Wonder Woman.
I think she was a great Wonder Woman.
No, I disagree.
Okay, so Ed, get out of your simp mentality.
I am not in that mentality.
Yes, you are 100%.
No, but I didn't like Wonder Woman 2, and she played in it.
But you think she did a good job in that? Did you not?
Well, it wasn't her fault though.
But you think she did? I don't think she did a good job in Wonder Woman 2.
I don't think so. No, I said, I think the first one is it's only been 2. I think the first one's the best one out of the 2. I think how she portrayed the characters very well. Was well written. I think she was a good fit for the role. And from my understanding, a lot of people didn't like her was only because of her physique. They didn't say anything about her acting.
I think her physique's fine. Because Wonder Woman's supposed to be sculpted out of clay. Like her origin is like literally she's the perfect. She's not like realistically buff. She's supposed to look like a god, like an overpowered.
She does look like a god, but she does have a little bit of a bigger frame in the comic books.
Yeah, she has a bigger frame.
I think Gal Gadot's tall. I mean, I'm not saying
she's tall. Look, it's not Gal Gadot's fault. It's that's just her makeup. Her genetic makeup is not meant to be,
Amazon. She's not built like
she's not built. Yeah.
But the thing is that Gal Gadot is not. She doesn't. She had the portrayal of Wonder Woman was, I felt like, more accurate in Snyderverse. Outside of that, she was very I agree. It was the Disney version.
Very bubbly. You're right. It was like the Disney version of.
I have
you're
hope
right.
and love, and
Hope
Steve
and love, yeah.
Steve Trevor, I love you.
Didn't she literally
Love
beat
will
Aries
conquer
in the
all.
first movie with love? Wasn't
yes.
it? With love?
Yes. She's like,
I rolled the eyes out of my head at that scene. I like the first Wonder Woman, and I think because Jake said it best in the chat, it was a breath of fresh air. It was only because we have not seen Wonder Woman on the big screen.
Yeah,
it was a breath of fresh air. She was familiar. She was fun.
But they went.
But it was not a good Wonder Woman.
They went to those easy tropes.
Yes. Well, I'm just saying somebody's going to come around, and maybe it's James Gunn. He's going to be like, "Well, this is not how Wonder Woman's supposed to be," and he's going to make a Wonder Woman movie, and we're all going to be like, "Oh wow, that's the way it's supposed to be."
Yeah,
if it's done right.
We'll see.
Well, the thing is like with Wonder Woman, I think they. And this is, I think, a fault with maybe Patty Jenkins. I don't know if it's with Zack Snyder. It just felt like it went into the feminine tropes of love.
Calm down, Underground. Calm down.
It's like,
hey, I didn't make the film. I didn't make the film.
Yourself at Underground, please.
I didn't make the film.
It went into the feminine tropes of love and caring and blah blah blah, this is not Wonder Woman. We have never seen Wonder Woman talking about that my love is what's strong and makes me strong. No, Wonder Woman would just killed Ares, like would stabbed him in the heart and chopped his head off and kept it pushing. And that's where really what it would have been. And I think, for Wonder Woman, they're trying to market to like little girls and so forth because they don't have a lot of really strong female superheroes out there. So I get why they do that. So it's fine. It is what it is. I just hope that with Gal Gadot, if they keep her, that's fine. Her physique for me is fine. Especially if they have her nimble. She's a god. She's strong. Whatever. It's just that give her.
Yeah, they should probably clean slate.
Recast.
They need to do a clean slate on everything.
That's the one. We know they're going to no-brainer for me.
Well, we know they're going to do that. Yeah. All I'm saying is that ultimately, I want her to be more comic book accurate, where she's not talking about love and the power of feelings and so forth. I want her to be the Amazon warrior and the killer that Wonder Woman can be. And we know that Wonder Woman, like Darkseid and I think Green Tune, you both said it. Superman is the one keeping her in check. If Superman goes off the rails, Wonder Woman goes off the rails. When Wonder Woman goes off the rails, and Superman's not off the rails, she knows she can't kill Superman, and that Superman is a threat. So
what's a good?
Well, I think she does kill Superman in one of the comics. I forgot which one it was, but the thing is, she is a threat. All right, she knows that he's a threat if they ever have to cross blades. So
I think. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't want.
No. So that's all I want from James Gunn. So I don't care who the actor is at this point. I just want a Wonder Woman who is. Because Wonder Woman is a threat in of herself. She is like Green Tuner said, she has a set of morals and has ethics to a point where she can be very dangerous if unchecked. And I want that type of Wonder Woman where she is checked. When she's checked, she's a powerful ally. But if she's allowed to go unchecked, like if they ever go into a darker, like a Flashpoint type of Wonder Woman, I want that to be a seamless transition where it's not like when we saw Gal Gadot do it, we will be like, what the fuck is this? Like, how she go from loving.
Oh, wait a minute.
Every future version of Wonder Woman where there's a dark DC future where Superman has died, every version of that, I challenge you to find me one where it doesn't happen. She goes ham.
Yes.
Like she's beheading people. As soon as Superman, so I think that you talked about a bubble, like a character, a fish out of water kind of story. I think that's good, but I think flip it the other way. I wanted it that she came out of Themyscira as a nightmare, like a killing machine out to do justice or nothing.
Yeah.
And Superman is the calming moral guideline for her. She looks at him and sees, look at the power this guy has, and he's bringing it literally down to earth to find the balance and things. Mm-hmm. And that's what the way it should be in the comics, whereas Gal Gadot's portrayal was like flipped upside down. She came from a cartoon wonderland and she's skipping around like a cartoon wonderland in the middle of war. Well, and it cool at the time, but not long-term good.
Unfortunately, because of everything that's been going on with the James Gunn cutting people out, We could have seen a darker Wonder Woman. They're cutting out Wonder Woman scenes and Henry Cavill Superman scenes out of Flash in the Flash movie. So all we could have known, we could have seen a darker Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but it's too late. It's like the thing is the character has a portrayal though. Here's the thing: you have 2 Wonder Woman movies, and she's firmly established her Wonder Woman
as a hopeful,
firmly established.
No, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, this is supposed to be a Flashpoint movie, or it is. So for all we could have known, we could have seen a darker Wonder Woman down the road.
Yeah, but I don't want that. The same reason I don't want Jason Momoa. That. I don't want that. I don't want to see Jason Momoa play Lobo. Just start. Start fresh. Don't try to. Don't even create the doubt. I think James Gunn is like, we just gotta wipe it out.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, I'm gonna tell you this. Aquaman, it's gonna be incredibly like every answer you're gonna get about Aquaman is gonna be, a very vague details about the future of Aquaman.
Yeah.
You're gonna get very vague details about Flashpoint, what that means and what it is.
Yeah.
You're gonna get very vague details about Blue Beetle, Shazam, all these active properties because nobody wants to sync anything.
Yep.
So everyone's gonna act like, oh, maybe it is multiverse. But I think James Gunn in his mind is like clean slate, wipe it out.
That's what he's doing.
Which makes the most sense.
Release everything you have. Just get it out there so I can just chop it off.
Yeah. And start new.
The cleanest. Yeah.
And since we're we will see what happens since we're kind of taking a lot of time speaking of the
absolutely
DCEU.
Yeah.
Can we look way into the future? Maybe a couple of thousand years into the future,
before we go into
when
that,
humanity has to fight the Xenos threat.
Oh, okay.
Do they have to fight?
Okay, never mind. I thought you were going somewhere else. Okay. Yes, we can go. Go ahead.
Can we look that far ahead, Creamcast?
We can.
I see you, Waldo.
Oh God!
But before we get there, the one good news that did come out of all this was Henry Cavill has been tapped for change hats. We're not there yet. Which is still in the future. I mean, Warhammer is still take place in the future.
Hell yeah.
But Henry Cavill has been tapped to be the lead in the Warhammer 40K Amazon series. Amazon ordered up, and I think we're all relatively excited for that.
Look,
we know. You're Green Chain, you're the biggest Warhammer 40K fan, so
no, I'm not the biggest one. I think we're all kind of the same.
Okay,
but what better studio to get Warhammer?
Yes,
than Amazon. We've seen what they did with The Boys in regards to pushing boundaries of violence and sex and everything.
Yes,
we know. What's it called? This is going to be a brutal show.
Yes,
a brutal, violent, sex-filled show, which is basically the Warhammer universe.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see
the grim and the grim dark.
Yes, exactly. So I just can't wait.
It's gonna be
insane.
I cannot wait. Even if they take away a lot of like the gore out of it, but even if they take a lot of the gore out of it, because Warhammer can be extremely fucked up.
We saw the boys, the boys, the amount of gore in that third season.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely
the way they opened the show.
Oh yeah,
and I don't want to spoil it for this to other fools. That was an extremely gory scene.
That was
the way they opened the show.
Yeah, it was extremely gory, extremely sexual content.
Extremely fucked up.
Extremely fucked up. So with Henry Cavill joining Warhammer, if you don't know by now, for our listeners, Henry Cavill is one of us. He's a nerd. At heart, and he talks about in his past childhood that he was, fat, big into nerdy stuff, and then as he got older and from being teased, he started getting in shape. So you see this buff figure of a man, and everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, he's so handsome," and this, that, and the other. In his mind, he's not that guy. He's that guy that wants to play Warcraft, read comic books all day and so forth, and stay home and do nothing. But because
the guy still paints models,
he still paints models.
He builds and paints models. Yeah,
that's what he loves to do. So the fact of even though he's a great actor in my opinion, even though all these things, he's still a true fan of all the content he does. So I'm really looking forward to him being being in the series and him being a space marine. I think we don't know what role.
I'm assuming he's gonna be an Astartes, right?
Mm,
That's what this is going to be.
I'm assuming, but there's no details out of what he's gonna be. So we'll see what happens. But I mean that's kind of the silver lining that comes out of all of this.
And what a silver lining!
It is
what a silver lining.
That is an amazing silver lining. I can't see anybody else. I mean, he has the build, he has the wherewithal, and we know. No, this is gonna be his first film that we actually see him in some super gory stuff like this. So
yes,
I'm kind of curious at how fucked up how fucked up he's gonna allow himself to be for this this series. So,
and most importantly, he knows the source material, and if he doesn't like what the Amazon is doing, he might shoot back out of it like he did with
The Witcher.
The Witcher. Yeah.
So he knows his stuff.
Look, I have faith in Amazon when it comes to those kind of things.
Amazon,
like I said, what they did with The Voice, you guys have to watch The Voice, because once you see what they did with The Voice, you'll see that they're willing to push the envelope if the source material calls for it.
I have more faith in Amazon. If Netflix did this, I was
if Netflix picked it up, I'll be like,
But I'm looking forward to that Amazon's doing it.
Amazon, it doesn't miss. They have Invincible coming out. Invincible has been slated for 2023. If you guys haven't read the comic, I would highly recommend it. It's not the same. And the thing is, the good thing about Amazon, I love about Amazon, is that even when they go off the source, they go away from the source material, they still make it good. And they still tie it in. Like The Boys, if you read the comics comparatively to the series, they've gone off the rails. At certain points.
The series is better.
Yeah, the series is better. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I feel like Amazon does a really good job with this stuff. So I'm really excited to see what Warhammer does. Hopefully we don't have to wait like 3 years for it to come out. Kind of like what we had to do for Rings of Power. Rings of Power, I mean, we already talked about the timeline for that. And that's not
my God, that took forever.
Yeah, it's not even Amazon's fault for that. But it's actually, I don't think his live is Amazon's fault. But in either case, we'll see what happens. So silver lining. But talking about other space stuff, light years away.
Dark side, you ready to be transported into a magical world?
Yeah.
Moment's ruined.
No. We need that. We need it. We need you to do your full transformation. Do your full Navi transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. This is almost like
I see you.
The technology.
Dark side Sully.
Look at the technology.
You got a tree or some animal you can connect yourself to or something.
He's connected.
Right?
You got a cat?
Why don't you come over to my place, Ed?
What?
It will be your tree. You just have to stick your dick in it.
Exactly.
You both want.
So, I mean, as most people have known, most people know, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Way of Water, came out this past weekend. Came out and with relatively, good reviews and made a decent amount of money. I think it says the third highest grossing movie since the pandemic has broke. I think box office worldwide sales they've done is 134 million. Or maybe that's just US. I don't know if that's worldwide. 134 million.
That's US.
Oh, it's a US.
That's US. It's domestic.
Yeah, domestic. So 134 million. I'm assuming that probably worldwide, they're probably going to be pulling in another 200, 300, 400 million. I don't know if they got the numbers yet.
I told you guys
they're going to make
that this is going to be big in Asia. Didn't I say that?
Yeah, of course.
Now, in China, they're breaking COVID restrictions. People are trying to get they're breaking all kinds of governmental guidelines to get to the theaters. They're gonna love it over there.
So
I hope so, because here in the US, just personally, even when I ordered tickets and everything, a lot of open seats. Yeah. It doesn't seem like people were really queuing up as much as they did with the first one.
Yeah. Just the opposite for me. Maybe it's just because I went for peak times, but I couldn't get a good seat. A nice IMAX 3D. Maybe it's because fellow people who knew how to watch Avatar. By the way, how many of you?
Yeah, Jake's
watched it.
He saw it today in an empty theater.
So I saw it also.
I saw it also today. But
I didn't see it today.
Not in an empty theater.
But I saw it in a fairly empty theater. I saw it on a weekend and I did get the IMAX 3D, and it was
You
still.
did get the IMAX
I
3D?
did get IMAX 3D, and I haven't seen a 3D movie in a long time.
Mm.
And I was expecting this to be packed, and it was fairly like half full.
Yeah, my showing was maybe a quarter full.
I think
like there
this
was
movie,
a lot of
I
empty
think this
seats.
movie is going to, as they say, going to have legs. It's going to have, it's going to carry through the holiday into January. People are going to, I think word of mouth is already spreading that it's an enjoyable film. And I think, and I think people are going to, based on that word of mouth, people are going to check it out, and it's going to drive.
I hope so. I really enjoyed it. So
well, there is word of mouth about it.
Okay. What is it? What are you hinting at?
So
I don't know what you saw.
Should I go first or should I go?
Yeah, go for it.
Go
on, bitch.
Okay.
Suck my left toe. Anyways, so like I said, I saw this on a weekend. I got IMAX 3D, and I must say this is a very, very gorgeous looking film.
It is the best PlayStation 5 graphics.
It is the best PlayStation 6. PlayStation 6,
teraflops.
7.
Teraflops.
PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
It's the best PlayStation 6, 7 graphics I've seen.
A lot of times I was like, am I watching like a trailer for a new video game or is it just
I thought that too at times in my watching the trailer for the new video game. I must say though, very gorgeous looking, very inspiring visually. Now, did I like the story and everything? I will have to say, I actually kind of don't like the story that much.
All right.
That's fine. Yeah.
So there's parts I liked, and there's parts I'm just like, what? I feel like it was a teen drama movie in the middle. By the way, spoilers for those watching or hearing.
Anyone that's listening to it should know that we're spoiled this shit out.
Yeah, so I did like it, but there are times where I feel like I'm watching the first Avatar movie.
Yeah, there you go. Another one from Jake's Not Playing, the only guy chatting. Myself and a buddy were not impressed with the visuals, looked years behind. Yeah, I agree. That's why I said PlayStation 5 graphics. Like,
well, did you see
the graphics didn't really wow me, to be honest. It was cool. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like blown away as I was with the first movie.
Well, I think I had the same impact as the first movie visually, but like I've never seen them either movie in regular theaters. I think if I did see this one in a normal theater, I don't know if I would like it as much. I'm just being honest.
I watched the first one the same way, 3D and everything, same as this one.
Yeah, I did too.
Just I think again, like the creativity, their worlds were gorgeous, everything was beautiful. Yeah. But there were times where I was taken out of the movie because it literally looked like a cutscene from a video game.
Oh yeah, no, that's
like especially with the ships flying in the sky and everything. It really did look like a CG trailer for like a new video game that's coming out.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times for me where I thought, okay, I'm just watching a CG trailer, and for me, there's been times where I thought I was like, this is like a 90s movie type thing. The whole part with the teen drama, predictable movie, which is like the middle part of the movie, I wasn't really feeling that. I really thought it kind of...
I liked the character development.
It was kind of predictable for me, and it kind of, in my opinion, it kind of took away from the movie, from the plot, the main plot of the movie. And I may be moving ahead of myself, but that kid, the human kid...
Well, it was the journey of the kid. So
kids,
I thought it was fine.
Kids, yeah, but I thought it was too predictable and just too, what's the word? Too Disney teen drama. Well, Disney owns Paramount. I forgot about that.
Disney movie.
I did forget about that. But that whole time I kind of felt like, okay, I'm watching a Disney flick. This is like a predictable teen drama. And like, okay, let's get to the main story. And I'm even moving ahead of myself, but that kid, Spider, what he did at the end.
Oh, yeah, Spider, yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was the only one that didn't like that part. When he saved his dad. Quotation marks. That. Yeah. No one liked it. Yeah, when that happened, like someone in the back of the theater said, like really? Like I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not feeling this.
I think it's they established that the dad has some kind of feelings for the clone had feelings for the kid as well.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a big weight on your shoulders that you save someone who potentially would, bring devastation to the planet.
Well,
I
not
don't know.
devastation to your planet, but I mean, I kind of understand why he did that because I mean, look at it. Like, I mean, you almost got
I
murked.
understood
You,
it.
you almost
Yeah.
you almost got murked by your stepmom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
your
and he's
stepmom.
the one that saved your skin.
Yeah, he's the one that
Yeah.
saved
Because
your
he does
skin.
have some level feelings for you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you got the one person that's willing to save your life, because Avatar mom was about to kill the shit at you just then, and
Yeah.
then I mean,
Scarred you basically, literally.
yeah, well,
Yeah, she did.
yeah, and that's the thing is crazy. I mean, it makes sense. Like, hey, you got a person that actually cares about you. You're not gonna just let them die. I mean, while stupid in and of itself, and I mean, I thought Spider was gonna go back with his father because
So
I
did
would have
I.
won that. I would have won that.
because there's two parts that I didn't understand. When Spider was hiding from what's her face, and I thought that what they were gonna do was that whole scene was fake. I thought that they were gonna be like when he went to Jake Sully and Spider was hugging Jake Sully when they were sitting on top or standing on top of the body of the one dead brother. I thought they're gonna be like, oh, that plan went, I would have never killed you. That plan went well, blah blah blah, just to get our daughter back.
She was real.
She was real. She was about to kill these
real.
motherfuckers. And the funny thing is, Spider, she didn't even say shit when Spider came back. She just was holding her kids. And Spider, hugged Jake Sully and so forth. No kind of resolution on how she was acting and how she almost killed somebody who was loyal to her, which is crazy.
He was family to the rest of them except for her.
Yeah.
Because I think they even established that at the beginning that
They
she
did.
never really liked him.
Oh,
Yeah, they did. Or she did.
She said that he should have been with his people. So
Yeah.
which is fine because the rest of them are human / Navi, while
Demons or whatever.
while she's a full Navi. So that's why I was kind of confused on.
Well, I'm just more confused on the part that I hate was that he didn't go back to his dad
People.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, okay, I
always say
understand
to the
or
to
whatever.
humans. Y'all act
Yeah.
like that's not us. You were like,
Whatever.
"Yeah, go back to his people. Like that's humans.
That's
we're
right.
on that side.
I
Yeah.
identify as a Navi.
You
Oh,
do.
God.
I think there's only one person on this panel that can truly identify as a Navi, even though he has demon fingers.
Well,
on
what
his
kind
head.
of Navi are you? Earth? What's it called?
Forest,
Earth,
or water?
wind, yeah, forest,
Wind,
water, wind,
fire,
or ground. Are you a ground based?
or love.
I'm a hedgehog based.
Yeah. Oh, he just gotta go
That's what I
fast.
call this.
That's all he knows.
I gotta go fast. This is really mediocre video games, but gotta go fast.
He actually just plugs into
I see.
himself. He just takes his
Oh,
little
God.
tail, plugs it into his own asshole, and he's like, gotta go fast.
Reads his own mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But that whole thing with Spider, okay, fine. But when he didn't go back to his dad, I'm like, okay, then really, it just didn't really click. I don't know.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I think a lot of people were confused on that scene. It was stupid. It was the typical, like, oh no, I can't let the bad guy die, so he can live.
A sequel.
Yeah, he
They need
can.
a
And
sequel,
like, oh no, how
Yeah.
can we make a sequel and a prequel and how can we make more money out of this?
Yeah, I mean, we got another two.
Oh,
We got another two
Hey,
movies.
you guys, these are done. So they're just setting up character motivations and these are already
Yeah.
done. Yeah, written and where these characters went. So
next one's coming out what next year? I think
2 years, I think.
Yeah, it's like
I think it's
2023 or
years.
24. So I mean, we're gonna get another one soon. I mean, we already know what's up. I mean, it's typical.
Now, what kind of Navi do you think we'll see in the next one?
I think we're gonna see
Fire Navi.
No, we're probably gonna
Fire
see
Navi.
like maybe Desert Navi. Like that would be kind of
possibly.
cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You see, what are those
Desert
things called from
Navi,
Zelda? Gurus?
Gurus?
Gurus.
Gerudos?
Gerudos.
Oh no, Gerudos are the desert people.
Yeah,
No, what's the rock people?
The volcano one is the one that
Gorons?
it's thinking about.
Gorons. Yeah.
Gorons, yeah.
Because obviously there's a real Nintendo fan here.
There's a real Zelda fan here.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, right
No.
here.
Right, yeah, right below.
Yeah, the difference between
Dreamcast.
something on your wall and in your head.
Yeah.
Just like
Says
me
the
as
guy
number one
with
Sonic,
Sonic.
fan.
Just-
Yeah.
Number one Sonic fan here. I'm living the life. You just have a
Exactly.
picture behind you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just quickly. Speaking of walls, Dark Side, is that a Batman animated figure collection behind you?
Oh yeah.
I've
Yeah,
been
I
eyeing
just-
that bad boy
I
this
just
whole
got
damn show.
this.
You piece of shit.
Why?
That is cool as hell.
I hate this guy. He
He
works
gets all the cool toys.
because you know why? Because he works retail.
there.
Probably hid
Yeah.
that somewhere.
No. This is like you can't get this in brick and mortar. You got to order it.
Oh,
Oh, really?
The,
Where'd you
the
get it
back
from?
of the back of the store where it's hidden.
Yeah, back of the truck.
No, it's
It
like
fell.
an $80 set. They would never sell that.
Well, never
Like,
put on the.
No,
on the
you know what he does
on the
is
floor.
he orders it for his store. He only orders one of one.
Yeah,
And they'd be like,
one.
oh man,
Yeah, we have one customer that wants it.
yeah,
Yeah,
this is so
really
weird.
bad. Like, I'll take it.
Like, oh, it dropped on the floor. It's dirty now.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, no,
He
but
fucked
I'm
my-
really
my-
jealous of the wall.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with Jake on this one. I really wasn't like overall impressed by this. Anytime I see these type of movies, I keep thinking of Final Fantasy Spirits Within. How when that movie came out, that
Yeah.
was supposed to be the groundbreaking CGI movie of our lifetime. And when I see this, like, I'm not like, oh my goodness, I'm transported to Pandora and this and the other. Now, when the first Avatar came out, I was like that because
Yes,
that was totally new. It looked
Brand
so
new.
good and so forth.
Yeah.
Now, does this look better than? Well, I say this movie looks better than Infinity War, like with Thanos and so forth. It's pretty good. I think this is better than
Yeah.
Marvel. What
Yes.
Marvel has done
Uh,
thus far.
I say way better than anything Marvel's done.
So yeah, because the thing is, Marvel, there's a lot more human actors around than animated characters.
Yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
there is mostly animated characters with some humans sprinkled in. And at the times where there's certain times where it's kind of seamless of when it's like completely CG and when it's like practical effects. So I think that they did a decent job.
They did a decent job, and it's fine. But the one thing that came to my mind is like we watched Dune, right?
Hmm.
And in Dune, the ships, everything felt more real than the ships and machinery did on this movie, Avatar 2.
Well,
There was like,
doing all that stuff was real.
Oh yeah, they were all real.
Yeah,
They
it's all
actually
real.
built
They- yeah.
shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they actually.
Sorry.
now,
Then I take back my comments.
before I continue, was Dune in 3D? Because I didn't. If it was, I didn't see it in 3D.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was, yeah. I saw 30.
Okay, I didn't even know it's in 3D. So this is the first 3D movie I've seen in a long time, years.
Well, the funny thing is, I didn't see this
No.
movie in 3D. I saw this
You
regular.
didn't?
Yeah, regular.
What?
Oh,
Oh, that's a
That's-
sin.
Oh,
you
because
have to watch it in
some,
3D.
Some people in my group could not. They got sick from.
Oh
3D
my god.
stuff.
Then you leave
That's
him
when
home.
you tell them to
I-
screw off.
I mean, I did, but that one of those people was my wife, and I was not
Yeah,
like,
again, divorce papers.
No, but that's the reason to go watch Avatar. If you're going to watch
That is.
Avatar, James Cameron made it with 3D in mind.
Yeah,
You
it
have
was
to
shot
watch it
for
in 3D.
3D.
I got it, guys. Yes, I know. It's
and
supposed to be
it
3D.
looked, the 3D was
The
good.
3D
I'm just
was
telling you right
great.
now.
Okay.
The 3D
was
awesome.
Here's the thing:
Yes.
3D is gimmicky, right? It's gimmicky when it's done in a gimmicky way. James Cameron
he pulled it off.
definitely.
He,
Well, I mean, he envisioned it in 3D and he
He envisioned
envisioned it in IMAX, and
but
it
he
works in
filmed
that.
it with that in mind.
Okay, but the
So
thing
it
is that you
fits and
guys,
it makes sense.
when you watch this movie, if you guys ever watch this movie again, you're gonna be watching it on your 24-inch TV that you
No
have.
way, brother.
You have, and you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, this is so awesome. No. I
No way,
watched
brother.
it. I watched.
I got a
standard
3D TV.
def. Sure, you do. So
Yeah,
me,
but
me and Jason
The
the Flame.
thing is, we at
I got a
least
3D
experienced
TV.
it 3D.
Okay, well, you can experience it in 3D. You know, you can also experience my foot up your ass. I don't give a shit.
Mhm.
You guys suck. And I
I do want to
to.
experience that. What do you say about that?
Damn, I never
Huh?
thought you were gonna call me out on that. You know what?
Yeah,
Checkmate.
Yeah, there you go. I'll see you later.
Yeah. But no, I mean, even watching it in standard definition. Anything I'm saying standard definition outside anything outside of 3D. It was still a good watch. I was kind of like the story to me wasn't as impactful as it was in the first Avatar. I kind of looked at this one as this is just more of the same of kind of movies that we're seeing at the moment.
It was basic for me.
Yeah, I felt it was very basic. I didn't see for me a lot of story getting pushed along. It was more of the same old like, hey, humans are coming back again. I was like, oh, I was when I watched this movie, I'm not gonna lie, I was more expecting of a Navi on Navi conflict as opposed to humans are coming back for round 2 type of situation, which I'm fine either way. It was just more of the same. I was not overly impressed with the story direction that they took. Granted, this is a sequel that's setting up for the quadrilogy that's gonna be coming out for this. So I'm giving it, some points. I'm taking away some points, but I'm giving some points that hey, he's setting up the world. I just wasn't overall that impressed with this movie. It was and I'm not talking about visuals, I'm just talking about story. I just wasn't overall that impressed with it.
I don't know. I enjoyed the story. I thought it was a good story. Obviously, like if you go back and watch the original one, the story is about the same level as this one.
It is the same level
it's
as
not,
this one.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know. I still thought it was a good story. I liked it. I was invested in the characters.
I wanted it to be great. I think because we've been waiting for so long, I wanted great, not good. I felt like the story was good. It just wasn't great. And that's what I was not expecting from James Cameron after all this time. That's all.
Well,
Darkseid, why do you keep making that? I know as Navi, you are a little bit more in tuned with this movie.
All right, come on, Darkseid. I have to have someone like the movie with me. If that's where you're going.
Yeah,
I didn't say it didn't.
When I got into that theater, I had the mask on and I breathed it in and I breathed in Pandora. I was in on Pandora, boys. Yeah. I was in on it. Okay, so did I like the movie? I loved the movie. All right, I loved the movie. Yeah. I loved the movie.
Wow.
Now, the first Avatar, okay, there's a movie called Dances with Wolves, starring Kevin Costner.
Yes.
Yep. Avatar 1, I love Dances with Wolves. I love Dances with Wolves. I've watched it 50 times. It's just a great movie. Avatar is basically Dances with Wolves on another planet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was my big criticism of Avatar. Visually beautiful, but it was basically been there, done that.
Yeah.
Now, Avatar: The Way of Water, I liked it. There are parts of it that were very basic. The main conflict, the main hero conflict, very basic. I loved the family stuff. I loved the Pandora stuff. I love the underwater stuff. That blew me away.
The water stuff was good.
Amazing. Animals were amazing. The effects were. I love the effects. I don't know what the hell everyone's like.
I said I loved it.
Get off your high horse here. Here's the thing.
No.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
I love the effects.
Well, what was my saying?
I love the effects. I said
Creamcast. What was my saying? How do I? What?
Well, you said don't round up, bitch. I mean, that's what you used to say.
Oh, okay. I need to get my crowd control saying here.
No, what I'm trying to
no. Okay, it's more than the effects for me.
Darkseid with the effects, because you've already said that even when we're all noticing shitty visual effects on like Marvel movies, you think they're great and fine. So I can't put too much stock in what
and
when it comes to special effects.
Same goes for you guys. When you guys say that something looks like lame, it doesn't look lame to me.
No, see, I think I am the best person on this because
no, you're not. You're the worst person on it.
No, because I said Marvel was that we're sitting here boo-hooing about Marvel in the past. I'm like, it's actually really good. I'm saying for this one, maybe because I watched it in regular definition, that it wasn't as.
You shouldn't even be able to talk right now. You didn't see it in 3D
that is true.
In IMAX. You need to be quiet.
Watch it how James Cameron
mute Creamcast right now. Mute him. Yeah,
Okay.
this is ridiculous. Why
Someone
are we
boot him.
listening to this guy?
Put him to the lobby.
Whoa. Anyways,
Did he
what was I
freeze?
talking about?
No, I didn't freeze.
Chili dogs, right? Talking about chili dogs. No. Wait, let me. I liked the movie. I really liked the movie. Yeah, I could see your beats with the story stuff being a little
the story
bit
was
predictable.
Good.
I love the
I
family
thought the story
stuff.
was really good.
Oh,
yeah.
the family stuff
I
was
love
good.
the family stuff.
The family stuff
I
was
love
good.
the family. I just love the kid finding himself. I love him, being rebellious. I loved all that stuff too.
I didn't like the Disney
All
aspect.
right, well, let Dark Side finish. I want to hear his viewpoint.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, Dark.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember where I was talking about. Oh yeah, the underwater
the
stuff.
Effects. How great the effects were.
The effects. I like the effects. Here's the thing: motion capture, when it's done well, and it's like, I'm not going to say it's seamless, but this is very close to get a child's motion capture done that well. And when characters are wet, when characters are going through different environmental effects on them, I liked all of that stuff, especially when they were underwater. Everything looked alive. Everything looked
real.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm obviously like realer than what I would expect from a film to look. I was really taken by, and I think
vivid.
A lot of that has to do with James Cameron and his ability to portray another world on screen. He knows how to film things. He knows how to present things, especially underwater things. I was fully immersed in Pandora. I liked it. I liked the family stuff that Ed thought was boring because
I like the family stuff.
You just said that it was boring.
No, I didn't like the Disney special they did in the middle of it.
What was the Disney special?
The teen drama stuff, the predictable teen drama.
That's part of the family stuff.
I like the teen drama stuff because that develops the characters. Because what I'm envisioning is
predictable.
How are you going to be invested in the death of the brother if you didn't have all that in there?
I was already invested. I just felt it was predictable. Like when he got shot, like, okay, I know he's getting shot. I already know. Or they're going to cast him to the side. The one younger brother to the side, and then he gets lost at sea, and then he gets saved by something that was predictable.
You predicted him finding a giant whale and talking to it?
Not a giant whale.
Bullshit.
No, not a giant. I didn't say a giant whale, but that's
but a large creature.
I didn't say a large creature. I said cast aside and someone gets saved and all that stuff.
A cartload of bullshit.
I have to agree.
No, it was predictable.
I have to agree with that. You knew that they weren't going to have this kid getting eaten by a large fish out of nowhere. That you
obviously he wasn't going to get eaten.
It wasn't get eaten by a fish, but I think that there's a moment where it cuts to black where you think he might drown.
Yeah.
No. So the whole time I feel like, okay, the older kid's going to die somehow because they didn't really invest in him. But the whole time they're really invested in the younger.
I will flex my Ed Underground muscles, Ed Underground prediction muscles, and agree with Ed that yes, I did. The older brother's fate was sealed. I think everybody could see that.
Yes.
Well, even
they were not setting up the older brother in any way. He was a fully developed character. I believe he's a martyr ready to go. So that was very predictable.
He was ready.
But what I'm saying is what I liked about the family stuff and the drama stuff and the teen stuff. They're developing. I look at it as a chapter in a long book that they're telling. Like, I mean, I'm used to Dune. Like there's a first book with Paul Atreides, and then the rest of the books, he's dead, and we're dealing with his kids, we're dealing with his grandchildren, we're dealing with like generations. Like they're telling a big story. I see this Avatar, what James Cameron's setting up is something beyond Jake Sully, like his kids what they'll do in the world. I forgot the name of the girl who was immaculately conceived. Like her connect. Yeah, like this is a character who will grow up and become like some kind of like they're setting up all of these like characters and relationships and romances. When they have the big Lord of the Rings fight in the movie 4, you'll see where these like sea people and land people, where these unions are tied, probably with marriage, and you'll have these kids. Like in the next movie, they'll probably jump ahead 5-6 more years, and you'll have all those kids are older, and Jake Sully's a grandfather or something. Like they're telling something. They're giving us the foundation to care about these characters and their children and their children. So I liked all that. I like to be invested in this world.
The
So
kitty
I
thing,
bought it
but
hook and sinker.
the kitty thing
Hook, line,
wasn't
sinker.
predictable, but we kind of know who the father per se is. He's probably by immaculate conception or whatever it's called. He
The
doesn't
one?
like have a he doesn't have a
Immaculate.
father.
No, I want to hear it's the one.
He doesn't have a father. He's
No, but what is
the
it called?
child.
What kind of conception?
Immaculate conception.
Immaculate?
Suck it.
Good old immaculate.
Anyways,
Immaculate.
immaculates. Anyways, she doesn't have a father. Shut up. She doesn't have a father. She's a child of the
The
planet.
tree. Yeah.
The tree
Yeah,
or whatever.
Just like
Awa.
Yeah.
Awa.
So that I didn't see coming, but I kind of see what's going on there. That she probably doesn't have a father. She's just born from
Oh,
She's
you know what
She's
it is?
the one. Neo.
No. She's Anakin
Neo.
Skywalker.
oh god.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Basically, no.
She was
Anakin,
conceived of the Force.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
That means her
Basically.
midi-chlorian count is off the charts.
It's off the
It
charts.
is.
Yeah,
It
is off the
literally
charts.
is.
It is off. But I like the whole whole family stuff, not the teen drama stuff. The whole family stuff, because that wasn't predictable. I wasn't expecting them to leave the tribe and go somewhere else to.
Neither was I.
Yeah,
That was
that
cool.
that was
that
cool.
was-
Now,
that was-
which
And
family?
hold on.
Which family do you guys prefer? The Avatar family or the Fast and Furious family? Who is more familiar?
What?
Fast and the Furious.
Well, we have more.
You think Fast and Furious is tighter?
Oh, it's about
Yeah,
families. Oh.
Yeah, maybe they're not
Yeah.
blood
They've
related, but
had
they're
how many
family.
Not
movies
related.
where they just keep hammering
Family.
you over the head with family?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fast and
that's
Furious.
true.
Yeah.
family.
That is true.
Yeah. And have the
Alright.
Navi gone into space? I don't
No.
think so.
Not yet.
Look,
No, not
do
yet.
does
yet.
any
They have
of
a
those
GTO
Navi
with Nas?
drive
No.
GTO? Yeah, exactly. Or a Ram Charger.
Nope.
Not
and
yet.
then and
Do
somehow,
any of them use NOS? No.
No,
Not yet.
No.
No.
And they do mean ass wheelies when doing a quarter mile race, and they just
Yeah.
go ahead and just do a wheelie while still going 120 miles an hour. Yeah, no, they don't.
But
Not
Do
yet.
any of them
But-
collapse parking lot by stomping on the floor? No.
no,
no, but in the
No.
movie, you have to admit that they do live their life quarter mile at a time.
Of course they do.
Sometimes.
sometimes.
They,
Sometimes.
Yeah,
no,
do they
they
ever-
do. I believe that's a direct
Did
quote
they ever-
from
did they
James
ever-
Cameron's Avatar.
Did they ever do a jump from a parking garage and put bombs onto a helicopter and then fall and then crash and then get out like it's no problem
And survive.
and
I
survive?
Yeah.
believe that was the first Avatar movie that literally happened.
It probably did actually. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised.
Now, what about that part where they stole a truckload of DVDs?
Oh no, they
DVD
did that. They
players.
just did that in the
DVDs.
movie.
DVD players.
They did that. in the
DVD
movie.
players at the end of the
They did this in the Avatar
Mm.
movie.
No.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they stopped the
They're
convoy.
going after the big score.
Yeah, they got
Well,
all
that
those
is true.
guns.
They did the convoy. Yeah.
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 Another thing
Alright.
that didn't make sense was any mention of the kid spider mentioned in the first movie.
No.
he wasn't.
No,
born.
okay, so well they could. I feel like they kind of just threw him in there
Yeah.
in the second movie.
Yeah, he was like barely born in that movie. So yeah, of course they didn't talk
I
about
don't
it.
know.
Mm.
It was. It
Jake,
was
little-
Jake's on a plane points out that those cats forgot about Paul Walker 10 minutes after he died. That's not very family.
that's not very family. No.
Yeah,
Wow.
where they cried.
look,
The family
look.
cried in this movie for some time.
Exactly. Look,
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Did,
family. Sometimes you just gotta move on.
Oh, Green
Yeah.
Green Tuner, say that
Green
again.
Tuner.
You froze for a second.
Girls
Oh, I'm
First,
sorry. I'm saying, family sometimes has, as long as you remember, you can move on.
Yeah,
Right.
They
exactly.
do remember a lot.
Mm.
They do.
They do remember a lot.
So going back, I mean, like I said before, I liked the movie. I just didn't love the movie. Was the movie good? Yes. Was it great? No. I thought that they could have done a better job, just based on the amount of time that we waited for this
Yeah.
movie. The hype that it was. But the thing is, it might be a thing of
Long-term
the
investment.
hype. It's a long-term investment, and also could actually live up to the hype of the first movie. The first movie was doing something that has never kind of been done before. Well, it was never had been done before to that scale.
Yeah, it revolutionized 3D cinema, everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So this movie is kind of, even though I didn't see it in 3D, which I probably will see it eventually in 3D. This movie is it just, like I said, it was more of the same, which is not necessarily bad. It was just, you know, I guess my expectation was very, very high for this movie.
Mine was.
You know, I am interested to see what the other movies are, where they do lead, because I mean, there was no like spoiler at the end, like, dude, like he comes up and he's like, yeah, now I'm the Avatar. I need to go to the Sand people, then cuts to black. Or you see like some people, like some Avatar people or whatever, some Navi walking over the sand and being like, dun, 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 and then whatever.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
they zoom in and it's the Rock, just with blue makeup on.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Like the other
Like,
Navi.
They don't even actually do him any digital or anything like that. He's just like he's just a short ass.
He's just
Navi.
painted in blue.
He's painted in blue.
It's just swole as fuck.
Yeah. Like they just
It ended the same way it started. Or it ended the same way it did with the first movie, with the eyes close up, opening up.
Yeah.
It was the same thing.
I mean, I think I have to agree. The family stuff was really interesting because it was kind of, I mean, we all kind of, I mean, after the first movie, we would kind of want to see how Jake Sully was going to integrate into the Navi culture. He became a chief, whatever, was the big dog in the culture. So it was cool. The family stuff was cool. I just thought that the big battle was actually not horrible. I just hate the plot points that are just kind of, you can see it coming. I would have loved to see that kid get eaten, right, by the fish, and then they had to deal with the fallout of, hey, our son just died, but then we gotta stay in the village and protect and have it be protected. Now, would that have been a messy ass movie? Absolutely. But yeah, I wanted to see something that was a little bit different. I mean, one thing I was kind of like on my seat about was when that colonel was going around to the other villages. I'm like, yo, is he gonna just like murk these people? But he never did. He just kind of like threatened to do it and then burnt the house down, or burn the houses down, or the village down because of Spider. So it was like certain things I was like, they did keep me on the edge of my seat of what was going to happen, but those moments were not that prevalent in the movie. Like I said, this movie, just like Jake kind of agrees that this movie, for 3 hours long, this movie was relatively predictable.
Yeah.
Scene by scene. So it is what it is. I'm looking forward to the future of Pandora and what they do. I'm glad that the focus wasn't on Jake Sully as much as it was on the kids, because just like Darkseid said, they're investing in the future, or Green Turner, I think this was said, they're investing in the future of these children, and ultimately these children, I would not be surprised if these kids are all like Jake Sully becomes a grandfather of all the nations, of the Navi nations, and combines them together, where each one of his kids are, marrying the youngest son is marrying the daughter of the water people. The other chick becomes, Gaia pretty much, and becomes, a tree. And then the youngest daughter, marries the sand people guy or something like that.
You probably just said the third movie already.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, I don't know it, but we'll see what happens. And
I mean, it felt like a very second movie. It felt like a second movie.
It felt like a stepping stone.
Think about that fight sequence, that set piece, the final set piece in the ship. It wasn't very like end of the world climactic. It was very intimate. Yeah. It was about a family conflict. Yeah. But think about like big films. It felt like a second film. It felt like the stakes were more emotional and investing in characters right now for something down the line.
But like Creamcast was saying, we waited a long time for this, and I wasn't looking forward to a good movie. I was looking for a great movie, and being that it's James Cameron, he hasn't missed, and I don't think he's missed this. But at the same time, I feel kind of slight disappointment in it.
But I would come back at that and say, what were you waiting for? Were you waiting for Avatar 2, or were you waiting for 5 films? I'm waiting for 5 films, and I'm expecting a story to deliver. I was not expecting for a sequel.
This is a sequel, is it not?
it's a start of a saga. I don't know what you want to call it.
It's a sequel.
But
It's
sure,
Avatar
but
2.
it's yeah, but I was not expecting for them to be like Avatar 2, and it ends with like, well, that's all the threads are wrapped up.
Well,
See you maybe, like wink, and then it ends.
Can we be honest though?
Doesn't
What threads are really left hanging? Only thread that's left hanging is, are the humans gonna take over Pandora? That's it.
They're
Again.
colonizing.
Again.
Colonizing. Yeah, the colonization. That's the only thread that's hanging. So
Again.
we're kind of
no, the kids, the fate of the kids.
we
Yeah,
know
The
fate of
girl,
kids.
the one girl who's immaculately conceived. There's a very giant thing happening with her
Also,
that
the
they didn't
exploitation
revisit.
of
I think that's
nature
the best
that
thing out of
humans
it.
cause.
Sure.
Yeah.
So colonization. So I mean,
Oh, also,
I'm talking about
what the
Turn.
fuck?
Green Turn. Only thing that we talk. Yeah, the colonization. That's the one thing. But outside of that, yeah. I mean, are we really that invested in not Rogue, Jean Grey of the Avatar world where she's controlling starfish and shit? Like, it's not. There's not. I mean, it's cool. Yes, if we want to see what happens. Like, who is her father? If she has a father, what's the extent of her powers? Why does she have the powers? But there's nothing that really is drawing us to really know what that is. It's like, why do we really care? Honestly, if the movie ended right now, would you care about more
No.
of what's happening with her powers?
Not really.
Yes.
You really don't.
It'd be cool to see,
I
but I
do.
don't
I
care.
would. I want to see where it comes from.
I do want.
I
I
wanna
am
see where
very
it goes.
interested.
I wanna
I
see
like where it's setting up. I'm very interested.
Okay.
Well, I'll take this. James Cameron's first movie, not first, but the first Terminator movie, when he made the sequel, the Terminator 2, that was on a grand.
He did not make the
I was
first
gonna say,
Terminator.
I
Okay,
think he
well,
only
he didn't
did
make the
the
first
sequel.
one. He did a sequel, but it was
Yeah.
grander than the first one. You didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and he's
Yeah, so
not
that's what I
making a
was expecting with
sequel.
this.
He's
This is a
not
sequel.
making a sequel.
Is this not a sequel?
Wait,
Is this a prequel?
The sequel. I don't think you're getting what he didn't announce. We're making Avatar 2, and then that was it. He announced we're making. I don't know how many.
1,
5,
2,
4?
3, 4. I think it's 5 or 6. I think it's
5 or 6, right?
5 or
So
6,
he came
yeah.
out the gate. He said we're making 6, and now everyone thought that was insane. Now, if he had said we're making Avatar 2 and this was Avatar 2, I would agree with you. I wouldn't be as disappointed. I mean, but I would agree with you. I wouldn't, some of your feelings I would agree with, but that's not the case for me. For me,
this is
not
a sequel.
The sequel for me is 5 or 4 films. He's clearly has a story.
But then that's
the setup.
What's that? What's after a trilogy?
Quadrilogy,
Quadrilogy.
quintilogy. The sequel. Yeah, so it's going to be a 5 additional.
No, 5 movies altogether.
5 movies. So
okay.
so the pitch I always got then was a quadrilogy. I always knew that there was going to be 4 films with a story he's telling, not like one movie and then one movie and then one movie. No, he clearly has a long-term investment. So I'm not there.
What you're making it sound like is that he made all these movies already and he's just splitting them up into.
I think that's what he's doing. Yes.
But then
these are all acts.
No, the only the only movie trilogy I could think of that did that was The Matrix 2 and 3 when they actually did.
Fuck.
But they split it.
Do you guys know who's going to be?
Lord of the Rings did that, dude.
Do you guys know who's going to be in Avatar 3?
No.
Huh?
Do you guys know who's going to be in Avatar 3?
Christian Bale.
Who's going to be in it?
Yes. One actor in particular that we just talked. 2 actors that we just talked about.
Bale.
Henry Cavill.
Jaleel White.
Vin Diesel.
Oh God. Why?
And Michelle Rodriguez.
Because a family, motherfucker.
A family.
Well, Michelle Rodriguez was in the first one.
You're kidding me.
She's cloned again. That makes perfect sense.
Where was she
and Vin
cloned?
Diesel.
She was in the first one, yeah.
But
yeah.
No, what you say she's cloned again?
Yeah, she could be cloned.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Anyone could be cloned now, apparently.
Yeah.
And then Vin Diesel, I assume it's just Dominic Toretto who made it onto Pandora.
he drove.
I mean, when they need backup, he's going to show up with Nas and everything. It's going to be amazing.
He drove to Pandora.
Quarter of light speed at a time.
It doesn't even need the mask. It just shows up.
Yeah, it just fills up with Nas.
Yeah.
Just with his cut off shirt.
His black shirt. He just shows up, pulls up on water. Like, what the hell? I can't wait for that. Sounds amazing.
Family.
So, I mean, I mean, I don't want to be on this too much longer, but I mean, with Avatar 2, do you feel like this was what?
Avatar 2, go on.
What? What's so funny?
Go the sequel. Go on. Avatar 2, the sequel. Go on.
Just let him
Okay.
have his
Okay,
moment.
all right, I'm so
He's just
confused.
a special kid.
Yeah.
Oh my
With
goodness.
Special ed.
Avatar 2,
Mm.
do you guys feel as if this movie was a success overall in the franchise thus far? Or do you feel like, I mean, it seems like Darkseid, what you're saying is overall that you think this was a stepping stone for
I
the
said
larger.
that. I said that.
No,
All
that's
right,
what.
I guess.
No, you didn't.
No,
I
Not
did.
from what
I said
Creamcast
I
is
feel
about
like
to
this
say.
is a stepping stone.
No.
Oh,
All right.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
rewind.
apparently
When you
so.
rewind it, you'll find it. I said this is some point.
Okay, maybe
No.
he said the word stepping stone, but what Creamcast was about to explain,
which I
think
highly
was more
doubt
towards
that was said,
what
but
Darkseid was saying.
Yeah. So while I was more saying for Darkseid, like, do you feel like this? Do you feel like this movie was an success? I feel like how I put this movie into like a metric, and I think this is what at Underground is also as well, and I think this is why we differ from you, from why what our opinion differs from you, specifically Darkseid and Green Tuner as well. Do you guys feel like this movie was a successful movie? I look at the metric as like, is this movie as a standalone? Is this movie good? Outside with the current story as is. So from Avatar 1 to Avatar 2, is this movie successful as a standalone in this Avatar franchise thus far? Or do you see that, hey, I'm going to give it some points because I know that more is coming along and that James Cameron is just setting up, he's just doing world building at this point?
Oh,
well, remember, everyone here said that the first Avatar movie was predictable. So what are you comparing it against? And I agree with you. It's Dances with Wolves on another planet.
No.
For me,
I never
it was
said it
a
was
very
I never said that. You said
okay.
that.
Well, I think I'm saying the first movie was very predictable. The
Sure.
first movie
Yeah.
was very cookie cutter. It was a test almost for something else. You know what I mean? Like he was testing out his technology. He wanted to put it to use, and he did, and it was great. It made, what is Avatar 1 known for? Making a lot of money. Okay.
Yes.
Visuals
and
is the
being
main thing that everyone.
technologically advanced in what it.
It wasn't known for
So
a
it's
story.
it's
Yes.
not known for having an amazing story. So what is my
Mhm.
expectation for the sequel of Avatar? What I got. So yeah, I'm satisfied because it gave me more of that.
Okay.
So did it deliver? It delivered.
Okay. And I think that just for me is just kind of a level set of what the expert. I think we're both kind of in the same. I think we have the same idea of what Avatar should have been. It's just that I think for you, you're more forgiving on what you got versus what me and the Ed Underground want is more what the hype didn't reach the level of what we thought it was.
So you
Big
overhyped it in your minds.
Yeah, I overhyped it in my mind because the thing is, I think for myself, I mean, this movie has been talked about for damn near
years.
half a decade at minimum.
Yeah.
So when I knew about this movie coming out, actually probably more than that. I mean, when did the first Avatar come out? Like late 2000?
2010, 2009.
2009. So
Yep.
yeah, I
9?
mean,
Wow.
normally when we have, I mean, it's been 13 years since the last Avatar, and usually to get sequels like that, we don't have to wait that long. So especially for successful films, like how many franchises that makes almost $3 billion, and then you have to wait 13 years for a sequel? That's almost unheard of.
Yep.
So for myself, looking at this movie, I guess I was expecting a natural progression in the story in a way that was like exciting, kind of what we've gotten in the past of other franchises where the stakes were higher for every movie. I don't feel like the stakes were really increased in this movie. I think it was actually decreased in this movie a bit.
Yeah.
And that the level setting of the movie world building, like the levels, how they level set like this movie is more, they're trying to gear it towards world building. But I also understand what you're saying about the fact that James Cameron does seem like a guy who has a lot of toys. Let me make a story that I can showcase my toys, as opposed to making this revolutionary movie. Like Ed brought up a good point, which I agree and disagree with at the same time, which was Terminator. Terminator, James Cameron didn't direct, but the second one, he did. The stakes on the second one seemed much higher than the first one, and one because we didn't know what Terminator was going to be like, sure, and then they got a big dick director come in and really increase the stakes. I'm just thinking that because the movie was so successful that it should have been higher.
What does that mean though? That all the Terminator movies have the same stakes?
No, when he did the second one,
the
he
stakes
turned,
are the same in every movie. They're literally the same stake. You're trying to
from one to two. He turned in the second movie. He turned the Terminator into a hero. That's a big difference. Then another Terminator.
That's a difference, but that's not what he's saying. He
but
said
no,
the stakes
it was
are higher.
The stakes are higher.
I would say
and plus the things are bigger.
I would say the set pieces, as far as the action, is higher. So maybe is. I see what you're saying. Like the first one, they're trying to kill his mother. Second one, they're trying to kill John Connor, and so forth. So they're actually.
So you're talking about set pieces.
Set pieces, yeah. The stakes of the set pieces.
I would push back on that. I would say the set pieces were more visually stunning this time.
You said visually, story
wise.
I think
they inverted it. They went. I think what they showed you underwater was. In my opinion, the underwater stuff in this was better than the land stuff in the first movie.
Well, I'm not talking about visuals. Visuals are great.
And you know how you like.
I'm talking about story. Story is the same, if not a little bit decreased from the first.
Okay, well, I will push back on that too. I think this, and I just said that the story is way better in this one because it has stakes, personal stakes. The first movie, I wasn't attached to anyone. I didn't think the stakes were any good. It literally is a rehash of the another movie that I've seen.
Okay, you know what, bitch? So I'm gonna tell you what it is. I wanted to be Jake Sully in the first movie. I wanted to be Jake Sully. I'm like, I'm fucking tired of Earth. I want to be a big ass.
Those cack ladies were looking pretty good.
Oh dear God,
they were looking.
Yo,
now we know why you like the movie.
I'm not gonna lie.
You know the fish cat lady, the main the leader.
Yes, I was like, yo, she fierce.
Dreamcast knows
Sully's wife or whatever.
No,
not Sully's wife.
No,
I don't like Sully's wife. No, the chief's wife.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
The one that was pregnant.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm looking at her.
And I know Creamcast has inclined moms, especially.
Yeah,
so
I looked at her. I was like, hey, I don't have to worry about that child being mine. I could be able to dip out when I need to.
Oh my goodness!
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
She was.
Anyways,
I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting for a nip slip
the
entire movie. I was like, James Cameron, please use that technology to make.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one. I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
I was like, James Cameron, use your technology for the greater good.
Yeah, for the good of mankind.
Okay, so one thing I didn't say was I love the conflict between Sully and his wife and the chief and the chief's wife. That did not seem predictable. I love the constant conflict they have between each other, and then when.
I love the chief, the water chief.
Yeah, the chief was cool.
I want to know who played that dude because that dude was like a really like stoic type of.
And then when he told the kids to sit down, and then he said the second time, "Sit down." Like that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was good mocap.
And the crap I was going to say when Sully's wife went all crazy or wild or whatever when at the end fight,
she wild.
That was freaking awesome. That's the stuff I like, but the whole kid drama thing, it was just so predictable. I hated it.
Right. So all of these things you're listing are better than the first movie.
It pretty much the whole thing is the same as the first movie, though. Very pretty.
How so? Where were all these things in the first movie?
It ended the same way it ended in the first one, too, with the eyes opening up. It's just the whole thing over
One scene? You're talking about one scene?
No. That's one of many scenes. The main villain came back.
Okay, give me another one. Give me another one.
Cliff Curtis. Villain. He was the chief.
Oh, Cliff Curtis was the chief?
He looks like him. I was like, there's no way.
I know. The dude's perfect. Yeah, okay.
He's perfect.
That makes sense.
I gotta see a picture.
That makes sense.
But the main villain came back again, and they retconned the whole.
I like that. I like the way he came back. I really like the sci-fi concepts that we're showing were awesome. Cool.
I gotta admit that
they were amazing.
Yeah,
that was
I like. This is the stuff I'm really like. I was looking at like they were throwing out concepts. I love the. By the way, we didn't talk about this. Hello, unobtainium. It used to be a big deal. Now they're going after this whale stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Pandora's full of this kind of stuff. Apparently,
is it?
Apparently you got the most valuable mineral in the universe, and you also have like a whale juice that is makes you immortal.
Yeah, and then
I
I'm
mean,
sure
I'm not
when
gonna
when
lie.
when the third movie comes out, I'm sure it'll be something else.
I'm
in the
glad.
same
I'm glad the guy from the brain.
Scorpion.
I'm glad the guy from the brain, the whale brain, and not like the whale penis. Like,
Oh
like,
man.
I mean, you
Yeah.
slurp this whale sperm, and it makes you more. I'll be guzzling that shit. Like, let me get it
A lot of people
direct from the
guzzle
source.
that.
Turn the whale over. God damn it. Turn the whale over. Let me get this straight from the source. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, the whaling stuff,
Yeah, but
the
everything else
technology that they use, those crab robots. There were so
Those
many
were cool.
cool
That was kinda
visuals.
cool.
It's
Yeah.
it
There were
was
so many cool visuals
it was
and
no.
concepts.
I'm not saying the visuals are bad. I like the
And they upped everything from the first movie.
I like the visuals. The story was the same villain, same reason.
I disagree on the story. I disagree on the
Navi or
story.
whatever.
I disagree. I think the story was way better.
They retconned the villain. They didn't mention anything
No.
about.
They didn't retcon. They
didn't
no,
retcon. He's totally different.
retcon. So you're using retcon
Well,
wrong.
You know what I mean? They didn't mention anything about the kid. They didn't mention anything about having memory from the main villain held somewhere.
So I mean, they don't need to.
They didn't mention anything about Kitty. All that stuff is kind of like, okay, you know what? Let's just
but they did that, but they introduced it well, though. You know, the first few minutes of the movie where they were kind of like expositioning all the stuff you need to know to watch this movie, like the existence of these new characters and all this other stuff. I think he handled it really well. I think the storytelling was done really well. Like, you were in it. You got all the information you needed to know very fast, and you were in it. You were comfortable.
I just felt it could have been a better story. I want to.
All right. Well, I guess agree to disagree,
one.
But I really liked it. I guess let's get to our ratings, because we could talk about this forever.
Before we do that, let's talk about the comments. So our dear friend Jake's on the plane. He says, not at all joking. I was telling somebody earlier today that James Cameron's agenda with Avatar is to make having sex with an alien okay. And God. You know what? I'm here for that.
I'm for it too. I am here for it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little annoyed with the first movie because I think they did address this a little bit, where Jake Sully was talking about, having sex with humans. You stick your penis in, and she's like, no. She was like, we have a deeper connection, and they stuck their tendrils together.
Yeah,
they were like, oh my. He's like, this is the greatest thing ever. I busted like 6 times, and it was like, it's crazy. And maybe that was an Avatar movie I saw on another.
James
website.
Cameron needs to comment on the anatomy of the Na'vi. You need to know what's going on down there.
Yeah, I really want to know, because those clothes, even though they're like not like super tight, they're somehow, when they don't obey the laws of gravity. And I'm just looking damn it, why am I not getting my neck slip like
I know, especially with the chief's wife, because she
always
the chief's wife was curvaceous.
She was. I was like,
and yes, the laws of gravity was not our friend.
Yeah,
that's one fault I will say, James.
Yeah, you need to work on the jiggle physics. Talk to Namco.
DOA, Namco.
Yeah, talk to Namco.
Yeah, Namco got
the guy from the creator of their life.
Yeah.
Put him on the
jiggle
team.
engine you can use for that.
You're obviously lacking
copy and paste.
Yeah, you're so worried about water, you didn't realize that the motion of the ocean is actually the most important thing of graphics. Second comment from Jake's on the plane. He said, we just breeze right over the anti-aging whale grease. Yeah, that was kind of a thrown in thing, but it
was very thrown in.
But they had to kind of use it to make sense of why they are
the water part of it.
Yeah, part of it. Why they're even
why is the water OP?
Yeah, like why they were even going in the water in the first place. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of stupid. The one part I thought that was kind of stupid is like, Jake Sully is on the water. They sent one fucking ship. Like, this is the high value target who you need to kill to get rid of, but for some reason you send one whaling ship, not even like a whole ass like division, of these like space marines.
But they were pretty armed, and they had like a marine unit on there.
Yeah,
take out one family. I don't think that that general considers this a conflict.
Top priority.
To kill Jake Sully, we need a whole army. You need just a tight marine unit.
her
that's all they
priority
had,
is
though.
basically building the new city where the humans are
Yeah.
gonna live.
That's all
Right.
they had.
It's like
though,
he's
was-
more of a nuisance at this point.
He's a
Yes, he is a
nuisance.
nuisance.
But
yeah.
what I'm
But
saying is,
that's all they had 5 dudes with guns on a ship full of other people going
Mhm.
against a whole army of
I just
Navis.
They
don't
see them
understand.
as like
Well, I don't think they were.
savages
They don't
that
think they
have
came after.
weapons.
They didn't come after a entire village of Navi. They were going after a family and
Sully.
one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what?
So it was overkill technically. So
but-
they sent more than enough.
But they got
do
a
it.
they got motherfucking Navis who use bow and arrows to shoot. Like old girl shot through like 10 helicopters pilots.
Yeah.
Like
a bow.
with a bow and arrow. Now, granted, these motherfuckers are like 12 feet tall, are
Yeah, but
strong.
that's
as
And
shit.
extremely
vibranium.
strong.
They're using vibranium. Though,
Yeah, they
so-
are obviously using vibranium. But like,
Yep.
imagine being a pilot. You're talking about you going to Pandora. Like, out of all people, you're gonna die. Like,
Yeah, you're gonna die.
yeah,
for
if I was getting a casting call for this movie and they're like, I'm like, yeah, what's gonna be my role? They're like, oh, you're a pilot on a helicopter. I'm like, fuck. I'm not
You're a
answering-
black pilot in a
black pilot.
helicopter.
I'm instantly gonna die. Like, I'm not even gonna be able to take
Yeah.
off because they're like, black people can't fly, so they're just gonna shoot me.
Or swim,
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh yeah, don't put me in the water. There's no Navis that are gonna take me out. I'm just gonna. That would actually be kind of funny if they would do, like. I think I need to rewatch the movie again to see if like they had a black.
Well, I don't
black
think there
person in the
was.
a black person just in the background just drowning.
I'm not joking. I don't think there was a black person on that
I don't
show.
think there was.
And
Probably
probably not
Throughout the whole movie. I don't
racist.
think.
Probably more like accurate. Like they just didn't sign up.
Yeah, of course, black people ain't gonna sign up for that.
Oh,
shit.
you want us to go to another planet? No. You want us to go to another planet and serve on a ship, whaling ship?
Yeah.
Double no.
No, definitely not gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's give our blurbies for this movie.
All right.
I'll go first. I gave this movie a solid 7.5. I thought this, like I said, this was a good movie. Will I watch it again? Once it comes out on out of theaters, probably not. But it was a good movie. Was it great? No. Good movie? Yes. And I'm only giving it a 7. Like, we'll see what the future sequels have. This might blow my mind. You know, future sequels might be like, oh, this is the most amazing thing ever. Oh, excuse me. I hope you guys didn't hear that. Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
That ruined the podcast, by the way.
I know, podcast down.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I really thought this was a good movie. I'm somewhat looking forward to the rest of them. And going back to the world of Pandora. So we'll see what happens. Who wants to go next?
All right. I'll give it a 8.5.
8.5. Nice.
Wow.
Mm.
I assume I'll go last because
No, go ahead. Go.
no, I'll go
Dark
last.
side.
All right.
Why?
Here, I'll pick a number 1 through
No,
10.
because I think Ed Underground's gonna pull some shady stuff. So
That
Ed
is true.
Underground-
Ed,
No,
what
I
is your
don't know.
score?
No,
What's
that's
your score?
okay. Let's
Come
do
on
this. Let's keep it fair. Keep it fair. I'll choose a number 1 through 10. Whoever's closest gets to pick who does what. All right.
It's gonna be-
Okay.
this doesn't matter.
Okay. Go. No, I'm
Just
gonna
guess,
Just
Ed.
guess.
4.
10.
Ed is close. My number was 7. So Ed, you get to choose who goes next and who goes last.
Dark side.
All
So
right.
what?
All right. I gave it 8.5 too.
Okay. Cool.
There you go.
Wow.
Yep, liked a lot.
Wow. So I would
And-
give it. I do.
All right, moving on. Let's see. Say episode 70 coming up.
Yeah.
Oh
Not
my
gonna see
goodness.
here. Go ahead.
So
Remember to
do
watch us live every
Oh,
week
yeah.
on
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv.
I
All right, I
do.
get to it. Come on.
I do want to see the next ones, and I hope they're better. I give this one. If it wasn't for it being in 3D,
What's the score?
Hold on. If it
Get
wasn't
to the damn
I am.
score.
I am getting to the score because I saw it in
You can't
3D.
take the pressure of being last, my friend.
No.
This is not
I'm
good.
giving my
You are
thesis.
cracking on the
It-
front.
Oh!
I could have got done with it.
Get
if you
this
hadn't
man
interrupted me.
off.
All right. Let him finish.
Go ahead.
Because I saw it in 3D, I'll give it a 7. If I just saw it in standard, it'd be a 6.
So what's your score? 7?
7.
I saw it in
Okay.
3D. So
Good.
Okay. Right.
All right.
All right. Well, there we go. That is our podcast for The Way of Water. And a lot of talk about the DCEU. I mean, shit. DC just
That
can't
was
stand
mainly
this.
our whole podcast. TC.
I think they're just screwing up that universe just to give us content on this podcast. And
Literally.
I'm in
it's
it.
beautiful.
I'm
James
for
Gunn's
it.
listening in. He heard the pod.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, We didn't even do an Ezra, a Miller watch.
Miller watch.
It's no Miller watch,
been-
but I'm going to
yeah.
predict
What's
that
it called?
Gal Gadot will murder someone in
Miller
the
time,
next
I mean.
7
Miller time.
days.
Yeah, Miller time. Yeah, we didn't do a Yay watch in our Miller time.
No Miller time or Yay watch. Yeah.
But we'll see.
Uh-huh.
All right. Ed.
Take us out, bitch.
Yeah, Dark
I'm
Side.
sorry. Take us out,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
I was waiting for Ed to say he's going to say, yeah,
Yeah,
Dark
me
Side.
too.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, take us
Hurry
out,
up,
sweetheart.
bitch.
Oh, sweetheart. Okay.
All right, sweet cheeks.
All right. Anyways, this has been episode 69. 69 of the Blur podcast. As always, you go.
You're so childish.
Nice.
As always, you can
When is
find
he
us.
ever going to be able to do this again?
Yeah, when
Until
is
we get episode 169.
169. Come
Yeah.
on, let him have it.
1 plus 1?
Look,
Plus
if
one.
anything, Ed loves 69ing. Okay.
He does.
The
Mhm.
I
amount,
say
remember.
I did.
Well, he said.
I
I
just
mean,
think it's funny.
apparently he's gonna measure the hard black snow that's gonna be coming down your way. So
Just
Yeah.
pointing his
Face
ass
down.
up to the sky.
face down.
Face
So
down.
it doesn't like 69. He's just like 6. He wants to be the 6. That's all.
No,
Or actually the 9. He just wants to be the 9.
Yeah, he's-
Whatever.
no. The next time I can
Mm.
actually do this is when we go to 96.
Mm.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, this has been episode
Back
60.
to back. What are you gonna do? Fart in the back of the person's head?
No. No. What? Anyways,
This is just interesting. All right, go ahead.
it is. Anyways, this has been episode 69 of the Blurred Podcast. As always, you can find us on all major platforms and talk to us live on twitch.tv/the Blurred Podcast. Blurry later, baby.
No mistakes in this one. I'm surprised.
He did good.
Yes,
That's what
I'm always on my
practicing.
game. Always on
Yeah,
my
you
game.
did.
You're not. You can't be always on your game if we call you out for not being on your game all
Just,
the times.
just haters go to hey, we got the website right.
Yeah. Usually
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
on
always
Twitch,
do.
twitch.tv.com.
Yeah, usually fuck it up.
Oh, that's pretty good. Took him 69 times, but very
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I'm very
He's
proud
a
of you.
69 master.
Yeah, he is. Anywho,
Mhm.
all right, guys.
Blur
It's
you
been
later.
real. Blur you later.
All right. Blur you later.